WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Here we go.
All systems go.
This is the true story about Mac. Check it.
Times are changing, more so each year. But the early morning storm pimp is here.
3, 2, 1.
People are expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
We go now live.
This is where we live.
Are you ready to get your world rocked?
That's what I'm talking about.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
And now.
Right now.
And now, it's Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
And I be catching them northern fight like on the 10-pound test. Success, never fast, take a guess. I be the early morning stone pimp. Straight limping, Boone's Farm drinking. At the party, big booty pinching. Chilling like a villain. Balloon filling, whack MC killing. The fine hoe drilling with the $1 million talent and the 10-cent brain.
Been gone too long, too much cocaine.
But now that I'm back on the block, I'm ready to rock left to right.
You know, Diz, a lot of people say they don't like small talk. Dude, it is my favorite thing in the world, actually. And when there is a weather event going on, like the amount of people that I've talked to today about the rain, like that's my jam, dude. That is my sweet spot. I talked to the cashier at the gas station. I talked to the lady who packed my lunch at the Skyway Cafe. I've talked to at least 3 people today here in the office. And anytime you can unironically hear someone say, well, we needed it.
Yeah.
You know, we've been needing it. We've been needing it.
I'm not a small talk guy, but it is funny because JoJo and me were talking about the rain earlier. I go, we did need it.
We've been needing it. It's become almost a meme of itself now.
Yeah.
But I say it. I love when other people say it because you want to know what? We needed it.
We needed it.
We've been needing it, and it was here in Pinellas County. For those that don't know, we've been under a major drought, and as a man who has to water his plants and tends to his grass, it was much needed. That being said, rainy days on a Monday, not totally conducive to feeling like you want to conquer the day. So I still believe strongly we're going to always have to work, but I stand by my executive order that I'd like to see put through. If in your town it is pouring rain on a Monday morning, everything's shut down. It's like a COVID day.
I truly believe that we know it's raining kind of before I got up this morning, did not know it was raining, and it just felt different when I woke up.
There's just an energy. Yeah, there is. And is it the sunshine coming through? It's not the sunshine coming through the window, or is it?
Maybe that you say that because it doesn't really, hit me hard because you have a good drapes and everything. But I promise, I just walked around the house and went to the bathroom. And I was like, it just felt like a Monday I did not like.
Yeah, there's something to a rainy day that just hits a little bit harder, especially on a Monday. But the fact of the matter is. We needed it.
We needed
it. We've been needing it. There was something that happened yesterday that I don't know how many people actually cared about, but was a major bummer for me, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on something pertaining to it. obviously, I'm a big wrestling fan. I grew up watching wrestling. When I first found out about ECW wrestling, it would like change my whole life. It was the coolest thing I had ever seen. These guys doing things that just seemed too wild to believe. There's a wrestler by the name of Sabu. You remember Sabu?
The Great Sabu, we called him in my household.
All the guys that you liked when you were younger, the Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys of the world and all that, they all got everything that they do from the Great Sabu. He was they
used to call him the hardcore pioneer.
He's the homicidal, he's suicidal, homicidal, genocidal. He was a maniac. And coming up, and for pretty much all my life, I've had a great appreciation for this guy. And sadly, we lost, as Dizzy calls him, the Great Sabu yesterday at the age of 60. And it got me thinking, and this one I'm not feeling it today. I read it. It's sad. It's sad for me. It's sad for people who loved him. But it got me thinking, because I think I heard Drew talking about it a few weeks ago. What famous person dying hit you harder than any other famous person? Are you someone who, like, if you don't know them personally, it's just it's nothing to you? Or is there somebody who died that was famous that stuck with you?
It would probably be Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. That's a big one. I don't think I appreciated the gravity of Michael Jackson dying when he died. By the way, this is Senning's show. I'm John Senning. That's Dizzy. You want to participate in the program, 1-800-771-1025. We're live, hopefully, on Facebook and YouTube and at theboneonline.com. You can interact on social media at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor.
I want to run that back, actually. Chadwick Boseman. That one affected me the most.
Dude, so
it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, that is interesting because I was looking at a list of those that affected people the most, and Chadwick was very high on almost every list that I saw. Because what did he kept it, and that's the dude from Black Panther, right?
Yeah, he was in Black Panther. He played James Brown. I think he played Jackie Robinson as well. Yeah, he played Jackie Robinson. He was in a lot of movies, and they all were good.
And he hid the fact that he was sick. Was that the story with him? He did not want anybody to know.
He didn't want people to treat him different and everything, knowing that he was sick. I don't think he knew he was just going to pass from it randomly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he unfortunately passed out of nowhere. And like you said, the people that were working with him were like, no, I just thought he was losing weight.
Well, and he's also, like, he died borderline near the peak of his fame. Like, a lot of times that is not the case, that people die at the peak of their fame. I had two in mind, and I don't necessarily think that I was young, and I don't think that it's necessarily what they represented to me or that I loved them that much. I think it's that it happened in real time, and I kind of saw both of them. The first being Owen Hart, which I was. You
were watching it?
Yeah, I was watching it, and I forget what grade I was in. Maybe 5th, 6th grade. I just remember. I remember the next day walking to the school bus crying. I remember. Wow. I just couldn't. When you're young, like, that doesn't really compute. And for those that don't know, Owen Hart was coming down to the ring at a WWE pay-per-view, like in a stunt. That was like his special entrance, and something broke. And he fell to the ring and died in the middle of the pay-per-view. And then they just carried on with the show.
Yeah.
Like, they literally.
Show must
Jim
go on.
Ross came back and was like, hey, man, everybody, I hate to tell you, Owen Hart has died here tonight. And they just told you, like, here's the next match now.
Oh, there's Sting. There's Sting.
Yeah,
and
I just remember, like, being totally shook by it.
You would have been 12.
So I would have
99. I would have been 11.
I would have probably been sixth grade-ish, maybe 7th. And I had loved ones die and things like that. It was so sudden, and having watched, it was weird. And right along the same lines with that was Dale Earnhardt, because we were watching the Daytona 500, and I remember him crashing and it just seeming weird. And the TV was on in the house for some time after that. And not too long after, the dude from NASCAR came out and was just like, hey, Dale Earnhardt died here today. And there was just, I think it was more creepy that it happened in real time in the event that you were actually watching. Outside of those two, I would say, big one for me, Steve Irwin.
Yes, that was it wasn't a big one for me, but it was the shock. Kind of like we were talking about the other thing. Like, we thought this guy was invincible. He was, like, getting bit by snakes on TV. And I don't know if you remember the thing where he was, like, getting interviewed and a snake bit him on the neck. Yeah. And he apologized to the lady. He's like, I'm sorry about that.
He's like, I'm sorry you have to. Oh, crikey.
Crikey,
I'm sorry you have to deal with me getting bit by this snake here.
This little bugger.
That's probably what it was. It was something about the being of Steve Irwin he was untouchable. Like he was in danger every time you saw him. So that's who he was. So to hear he got killed by, it should have been the least shocking thing ever. But somehow it made it even more shocking.
He was one of those guys like, I'm trying to blank on Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it was just like universally loved. You'd be hard pressed to find one person who was like, I don't like that guy.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
mean, you still don't to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has a bad word to say about Steve Irwin. Some of you want to know in our lifetime, and I'm trying to think like more recent shock factor. Bob Saget. Bob Saget was a big one, and not that I shed tears about it or anything.
Isn't
but I mean,
it still kind of like shaky of what it was?
I don't know.
It was like head trauma. Or
I
something?
remember during the time we were totally
drugs.
Well, no, we were just spinning some sort of yarn that there was a controversy because there was an old podcast clip where his wife was saying something kind of weird about if he died or if she killed him or something. And then I remember the details being kind of fuzzy. So people stopped asking questions.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. But I mean, that was a guy that you grew up with. If you watched Full House, by the way, I'm not going to sidetrack us too much. I was listening. I would just followed the Lazy Ass Podcast on Instagram. You should do the same.
Thank you, brother.
And I watched a clip from recently where you were talking trash about Boy Meets World.
Never liked it.
What the hell?
I love Topanga. I just never. I think it was something about what's his name, Corey
Matthews.
I was never a fan of just him. His face was he looked like Screech. He was like a little more cleaned up Screech to me.
I don't want to make it a racial thing. Was it too white?
It might have been. I wasn't a Full House.
It's got to be one of the whitest shows known to man. So I just didn't know. I wanted to try to do, but I hear this clip of you trashing Boy Meets World, which for many people, one of the greatest sitcoms of the '90s, and to find out that you just weren't on board. That was prime TGIF. Oh, dude, the biggest one we didn't mention yet? Death recently, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that's not even who I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Friends guy.
Oh yeah, Matthew Perry, another one. But I mean, Kobe's probably
a great one. Yeah, him and Paul Walker.
Dude, Paul Walker was
Those
rough.
were like, what?
Dude, actually, I might take out Steve Irwin and put Paul Walker in my third place for shocking death. But still, Kobe probably. I mean, Michael Jackson, I don't think anybody was expecting him to die, but he was in such a weird place in his life and his career where I don't think anybody knew what was really going on. Kobe's death was such a tragic accident out of nowhere. I think the shock factor was just way higher with Kobe dying than anybody that I could probably remember from my lifetime. When you put shock along with their place in history and how famous they really were. I mean, he's a GOAT.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, oh, he got shot by some crazy person or he was just on the wrong end of a traffic accident. He was flying to his daughter's game with his daughter and a teammate and their parents, and just he's gone.
It's tough.
Kobe's gone all of a sudden.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So Paul Walker, he was driving with it wasn't a NASCAR guy, was it?
No, it wasn't a NASCAR guy.
But he was like a driver.
Yeah, it was in
a Porsche, right?
Like a Formula One driver or something like that.
And they took a corner wrong and just hit something, and it was.
And then
from what I heard, it was basically like dead on impact, right?
I don't know. I know that
or
the
did
car.
They burn alive?
I knew the car blew up.
Yeah.
Paul Walker died after crashing at over 100 miles an hour. Died after the car he was in. Walker, 40, found dead along with his friend, financial advisor Roger Rodas, in a Porsche Carrera GT. You go fast. You sometimes you vroom just a little too hard. It's not always going to work out for you. Setting show, you're live. First call of the week. Make it a good one.
What's up, boys? It's Eric.
What up, Eric?
Hey, you actually just touched on it, man. I was going to say literally the only celebrity death that actually got to me was Kobe. Because growing up, he was my hero, man. Hearing him die was like Superman dying to me.
Yeah, especially the suddenness of it. It wasn't like we got news, Kobe's not well, Kobe has some sort of disease, and then you kind of ponder on it and get to think about it and prepare yourself. It was just completely out of nowhere. Definitely appreciate the call, Eric. One of those deaths that I would say for the first 30 minutes to an hour, I didn't know if it was even real.
Yeah.
Like there was something to the way it was reported, and you had to wonder, it's just shocking. You just wonder, is this even real? And sadly, it is very real. Kobe dead.
Yeah, and I again, kind of like you said with the Michael Jackson thing, like I was more prepared for that in the sense that, like, you're right. He was on the back end of his thing, but he died, I think, right before his final tour, right? Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, he was working on that. It is so crazy. I don't hear tons with Kobe, to be honest with you, which is kind of crazy with as famous as he was. But so many people that had died over the past 10 years, there's always a conspiracy theory about why they died or how they died. With Michael Jackson, there's a lot about the rights to his music and a relationship that he had with Sony and how he was trying to fight them. There's Anthony Bourdain, Chester Bennington, there seems to be this weird conspiracy that they were working on a documentary that was going to pull the curtain back on a bunch of like high-ranking pedophiles and stuff. So there's always these famous people can't just die in peace anymore.
Heath Ledger, that wasn't as big to me, but I know it impacted. He was a great actor.
Yeah,
kind of the Chadwick thing without the disease. Out of nowhere, he was kind of at his peak. Robin Williams was unexpected too.
Yeah, and he was another guy who was able to keep how sick he was under wraps. I watched I think it was what's it called? The Dark Side of Comedy on Vice, and it was all about Robin Williams and how sick he really was. Lewy body dementia, I think, is what he had. And he was losing his capability to walk and talk, and by the end of it, he had kept it a pretty big secret. But I will tell you, at a bunch of the lists that I pulled up of just celebrity deaths, he was the one that people seem to take the hardest. Setting Show, you're live on the air. What's up?
Hey, John Sitting. This is Chris.
Yeah, Chris, what's going on, buddy?
I'm like you. I grew up watching wrestling, and the one wrestler that hit me hard, I don't know if you brought him up, was Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, that was a tough one too, dude.
Is that drug overdose?
Like
cardiac arrest?
I think it was a cardiac arrest type thing, but that was crazy because it was also it was also
well, I don't remember that.
I don't believe that to be true, sir.
Oh yeah. It showed a video of him. He was having a cardiac arrest, fighting John Lathill, and he was having a hard time right then and there, and John Lathill just pinned him right there, and then
he did. They found him in his hotel room.
Oh, so he didn't.
So he didn't.
Oh yeah. Later that night.
Okay. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying he died right in the room.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that was a sad one. And there's a handful of wrestlers that went out suddenly like that. Eddie Guerrero was one of them. Brian Pillman was another one. Obviously, there ended up being tons of drama, and we now know the truth about it. But at the time, it was insane and how sudden it was because he was the champion. He was supposed to fight for the title that night, which was Chris Benoit. Who that was a little different, where he killed his whole family.
Yeah.
And dude, the story about Chris Benoit is so crazy, and I don't know if you know this finer point. So Chris Benoit, he was supposed to be at the pay-per-view on Sunday night, didn't show up. He didn't show up because he was murdering his family and killing himself. And the next day, for whatever reason, the news hadn't really made it to the WWE of what happened, or maybe it wasn't even being properly reported. So the WWE went on and did a 2-hour tribute to Chris Benoit.
Oh, wow.
Where they had interviews with wrestlers, and like the whole night was dedicated to honoring Chris Benoit. And it turns out that they didn't know at the time that they were honoring a man who just killed his entire family.
I never knew about that.
Yeah, that was it's funny. I've told this story before. We actually got kicked out of a bar in Jacksonville, me and my buddy, because the news broke. I think maybe that's what it was. The news didn't really start breaking until Monday, so there wasn't enough time to figure out what's going on. So we start hearing about Chris Benoit dying, and we were in a sports bar, and they had Monday Night Raw on. And we're finding out in real time that Chris Benoit died, and the manager came over and turned it off.
Oh, really?
And we immediately whoa, what, dude, man, what? And he had to be a dick about it. And he goes, which I understand where he's coming from, maybe now, but the way he said it at the time, I've just received the startling news that Chris Benoit is dead. And he goes, oh, sorry, we only show real sports in this bar. So we ended up getting belligerent with the guy, and they ended up kicking us out because we were so upset that they turned off the Chris Benoit edition of Monday Night Raw.
They turned off the hell yeah, brother.
Which maybe at the time, if I would have known that he had murdered his wife, I would have felt a little less inclined to argue on needing to watch it. But It was a different time. I was still hurting.
I know there's tons of celebrities that like it was like unexpected but expected. What I mean by that is like they live a certain lifestyle,
Yeah.
mostly rock stars, like Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but I'm like, when I heard what it was, I go, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was also, he struggled with a lot, and he was,
Yeah.
very. I think a lot of people who listened to his music and listened to it closely knew that the dude was hurting.
Yeah.
And you still don't expect that one day he's not going to be there, but Mac Miller's a big one. Setting Show, you're live on the air. What's up?
What's up, John? What up, this?
Yo.
What up? What up?
Man, I'm listening from Bradenton. You guys are great, man. I think you're the new blood of the radio system.
Oh, I like that. New blood.
Yeah, I'm digging you guys, man.
Thank you.
Listen, there's one guy you haven't mentioned. You may have mentioned him, but the drummer for Foo Fighters. Just that.
Who?
If you mentioned it.
Who?
Foo Fighters drummer.
Oh, yes. Taylor Hawkins.
Yes, I thought I'd let you guys know. Great show, guys. Great show.
That one was a big one and very, another kind of along the lines of what you said, where he battled addiction. He had kind of bounced back, but I think, it was still a shock to people. I don't think that just because that people have had their demons in the past, you expect that they're going to catch up to them.
There's one that's definitely I'm going to actually put in my top 2 that I can't believe didn't come to me right away. Aaliyah.
Aaliyah was...
She was at the top of the game. I had a huge crush on her. She was just like... She was in Queen of the Dam just now, and she looked crazy good, and it's just plane crash. I don't know.
Yeah, that plane crash. There was the other...
Left Eye?
Left Eye.
Yeah,
Dude, do you know anything about the documentary out there about Left Eye and how...
She was like with Dr. Sebi and all that? Is
So
that what you're talking
she was filming... I don't know if she knew what the documentary was going to be. I don't remember the finer points of it, but she was essentially filming a documentary about her life. And while this was all going on, she thought there was an angel of death following her. Like she thought she was going to die. And this is all in the documentary.
Yeah.
When they got in that crash, the camera was rolling.
Oh,
when
really?
they got in that car crash, the camera was rolling. And up until that moment, she thought she was going to die. Like she had this overwhelming feeling that she was going to die. Very, very bizarre the way that all that happened.
And they fell off like the edge of a mountain in Honduras,
Kinda, yeah,
right?
it was. It was. I wonder what this documentary is.
She's like, I see death's calling. Better go up this janky road.
Yeah, the Last Days of Left Eye was the documentary. That's definitely worth watching. Yeah, she was on a spiritual retreat in Honduras.
Do you think that there's certain celebrities where you're just kind of are happy for them passing? Not because you're like, yeah, so-and-so's dead, but like you're like the pain's gone. Like Chris Farley, he was struggling, and when we heard he died, I was just kind of like, he's finally at peace. You know what I mean?
There's something to it. I'm trying to find out about the Left Eye. During the course of filming the documentary, Lisa was driving a Montero SUV. There were 9 passengers in the vehicle. The van had killed a child only weeks prior to the accident. Lisa thought the spirit was haunting her and killed the child by mistake. So, and then she ended up dead. Dude, you got to watch this documentary just to see how certain she thought that death was coming for her right before she died.
What's it called?
It's called The Last Days of Left Eye.
All right, I'm gonna look.
It's super. I don't know where it is streaming out there, but it's very, very interesting. Setting Show, what's up? You're live. Hello, 813. Give it to me.
Oh, wow, it's got high.
Goodbye.
IMDb 8.1 out of 10.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. Setting Show, you're live. What's up?
Hey guys, good to be on.
Hey, it's good to have you on. Who are you?
My name is Eric.
Eric, what's up, man?
Not much. Just doing some DoorDash. You know what though? It's really cool. Or not? I'm sorry, it's not cool. I lost my train of thought. It was Phil Hartman. That was shocking.
Oh, that was
when his wife killed him.
Yeah,
shot him with a shotgun, right? When he was sleeping in the face.
I think so. It's pretty gnarly.
I think for some reason I have a vivid memory that he got shot in the chest.
It might have been the chest.
Yeah, that one. I was a little young, but dude, do you ever?
Me too.
Do you ever remember a movie? This was had to be a '90s kid thing. It was called House Guest, I think, with Phil Hartman and Sinbad.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Where he steals the bag at the airport and it's like a pilot bag or something. Yeah.
So he thinks he's like an old friend, but Sinbad is essentially not the guy that they think he is. That's a good one, Eric. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, he was Jingle All the Way, Small Soldiers. He was He was killing
What
it.
did there's more to Phil Hartman's death that I'm forgetting because he was killed by his wife.
Yeah, but the wife told the kids to go next door, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then she killed him in the sleep and then killed herself, I believe.
Yeah, because she was on. I think the wife had an addiction problem. They had a fight.
Yes.
After the fight, Phil told her that if she ever used drugs or abused their children, he would break up with her and take the children. Later on, bizarrely, we're coming up on the anniversary of it. Later on May 28th, 1998, around 3 a.m., while he slept in his bed, Phil died. You were right. He was sleeping at the hands of his wife, but it was a revolver, not a shotgun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was the only detail you had wrong, but you're pretty spot on.
Damn.
Setting show, you're live. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's Paul. How you doing?
Paul, doing pretty good, man. How are you
Listen, I got to tell you, I love that you guys love NASCAR. It's unbelievable. You're the only show that talks about NASCAR.
Yeah, dude, what a race yesterday. Hey.
I haven't missed a Daytona race in probably 30 years. But real quick about Dale Earnhardt Sr., I was on the backstretch. February 18th, 2001, when that happened. And I actually was staying with one of the firefighter guys in Deltona. And so he was on scene. And then so real quick, so when he was blocking, I was yelling at him because he was blocking for Michael and Junior. And I was yelling at him. And I'm like I'm really yelling at him because he was blocking. And so what he did was he took two of his straps off. And when Sterling hit him a little bit, and then when Kenny Schrader came up to the car and stuff, and he's waving at him like, "Get over here, get over here." Do you realize that he took he loosened two of his straps, and so his chin was between his nipples.
Oh, and Jesus! So I knew whatever they witnessed inside that car was pretty brutal.
It's a true fact. So I didn't know this at the race. Okay, I'm on the backstretch. So we go to this place. It's a restaurant bar called Hooligans. And so I'm like, why are grown men crying?
Yeah.
I go, and finally I got guts to ask. I go, why is everybody crying? And they're like, did you go to the race? I'm like, yeah, I went to the race. He goes, Dale Earnhardt died. And I'm like, what?
It is crazy. I mean, for any given sport to be at the top and be the best and die in performing the sport in which you're the best at is absolutely insane. I appreciate the call, buddy. Dude, somebody sent me along another one, and this is from the wrestling realm. The Ultimate Warrior died years back. But did you know that he died? So I want to say it was WrestleMania weekend. He finally got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Then he came out on Monday Night Raw that Monday night, and he gave a speech, and then he died the next morning. The speech that he gave that night, this is within hours of him dying. Wait, stand by. These are the last.
Then his essence, his spirit
Is Tim talking?
will be immortalized by the storytellers, by the loyalty, by the memory of those who honor him and make the running the man did live forever. You are the legend makers of Ultimate Warrior.
And then he died like 6 hours later after not having been around forever.
From an overdose.
No.
Oh, really?
It was a heart thing. It was,
years of, because he was the guy who used to sprint full speed.
Yeah. And I think in his day, the man did
hard lines. Yeah.
So that was that wasn't, I didn't give you the juiciest part. I don't know.
I think.
Do the talking.
He said every man's heart one day beats its final beat. His lungs breathe their final breath. And what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others. Then his spirit will be immortalized.
Jesus.
And he died 6 hours later.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The first death that I think was like a shock death, and I was still trying to understand how things work like that, was Princess Diana. Someone in the chat said Princess Diana was terrible for her. I was like, yeah, that was a big one where it's just like, oh, this royalty person just died in a car crash?
And I mean, young, in her prime, in a situation that was very bizarre where paparazzi was. Yeah, that was one of those ones where I was so young and I didn't, totally probably appreciate the gravity of the royal family and all of that. But I just remember everybody being very, very sad and it taking over what everybody was talking about for a long ass time. Let's take one more and then we'll step aside for a moment. Sending show, you're live.
Hey, John. Hey, Diz. How you guys doing?
What up, buddy? Who's this?
This This is Brian down in Fort Myers, man. So I listened to you guys for probably since I've lived here for 13 years. I've called into your show a few times, and it got me racking my brain. And because I have a long history of listening to The Bone, which I love your guys' radio station, by the way. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But the one I'm thinking about is staying in the wrestling theme, the one that hit home to 102.5 The Bone the most. The brother of a former employee by the name of Micah Rotunda, Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda, a.k.a. Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
That one, I remember when that happened, and I remember Drew and you, John, talking about that situation and how horrible it was that it affected you guys personally because you knew his sister.
Yeah, that one, and it crossed my mind when I knew that we would touch on this. It was so personal that I just didn't want to throw it in with other famous people, but obviously we've got we had the opportunity to meet him a handful of times, and Micah is like family to us. So that was, and I appreciate you bringing it up. It deserves to at least be mentioned in the conversation, but absolutely one of the most shocking deaths in professional wrestling, if not in fame ever, just because it came out of nowhere. But it just feels weird to speak about it like that because it is kind of so personal, and that family and her and all of them are still, dealing with that, like to have somebody to go so suddenly, it's hard to even wrap your head around. So thank you for mentioning it. We're gonna step aside for a moment. If you want to hit me up on X at the John Senning, the sun might be about to come out, but I'm looking for rainy day anthems, songs that work during a rainy day.
Oh, that's easy.
I've said, you got one?
I got one too.
Oh, hit me with one right now.
The obvious one, Missy Elliott, I Can't Stand the Rain.
Okay, that's good. We'll start with that. We're going to start with that. I have one when we come back. Don't call with it, please, but let's keep it on social media, and I'll play them throughout the day at the John Senning, at Dizzy4Mayor with your rainy day anthems. Oh, dude, this is a jam.
I love this shit.
Dude, the beat on this is
Timberland. And she's in that big black weird outfit.
I love it. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to dig into that thing. It stems from the world of scamming. Some of these people could go out and get a real job if they were willing to put the amount of effort they put into just stealing people's money. They could probably be rich from working a real job. This guy went to prison for scamming, but he had his biggest scam of all perpetrated while he was behind bars. We'll dig into it next with that thing. If you've considered getting new windows, it's time to get in touch with my good friends at Reese Windows. With hurricane season just ahead, now is the time to protect your home with hurricane impact windows from Reese. They're affordable, energy efficient, and come with a double lifetime warranty, which even transfers when you sell your home, which is going to boost its value. Reese installs windows in just 6 to 8 weeks for a free quote. Text TRUST to 20129. You can also register for a chance to win $15,000 in free windows. Reese is proud to support St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and they've been providing peace of mind for over 50 years.
Top down, loud sound, see my peace. Give them pounds now, listen.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
The Food and Wine Festival and Concert Series is back at Busch Gardens now through May 18th with over 85 different culinary delights to sip and savor, plus free concerts like Hoobastank this Friday. Save on tickets, fun cards, and annual passes at buschgardenstampa.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Senning here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob?
What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
The accident wasn't your fault, so why should you be burdened with the medical bills? This is Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get overwhelmed by mounting medical bills. I'll fight to ensure that the responsible party pays what you're owed. Injured on the go? Don't wait. Visit justcallmo.com.
Medical malpractice and nursing home abuse cases are difficult and the stories are heartbreaking. At Bernetti PA, we fight to make sure your story is heard loud and clear. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country. See dealer for complete details.
Are you looking for quality fencing material but not sure where to start? Fence Outlet has everything from wood to aluminum, vinyl, and chain link. They even have fence-in-a-box starter packages that contain everything for the average backyard. Consult with a knowledgeable Fence Outlet representative and they'll help you get started today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
O'Reilly. You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or import direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know where Gator Nation goes for fine jewelry and engagement rings? Only one place, International Diamond Center. IDC is the premier jeweler, the only jeweler to ever be named official jeweler of the Gators. It's a Florida family-owned company with an impeccable reputation for quality, value, and integrity. Did you know that IDC is one of only a handful of jewelers around the country that refuses to sell lab-grown diamonds? At IDC, they only sell real, rare, precious, and natural diamonds made by Mother Earth, so you can be assured of lasting value. They're also the only authorized retailer for all of the top bridal designers, featuring handcrafted rings made in America. So, if you're getting engaged or celebrating a special occasion, let the non-commissioned experts at International Diamond Center guide you every step of the way. You will get the value you want, the quality you can have confidence in, and the experience you deserve. Get all the details at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center, official jeweler of the Gators.
It's no surprise that people love their pets. In fact, 97% of pet owners consider them part of the family. Amazon's Jen Ray has more.
Amazon Pet Day makes caring for your pets easier than ever. The 48-hour sales event features thousands of deals with the convenience of Amazon's fast delivery. Whether you're welcoming a new puppy, upgrading essentials for a senior pet, or looking for products that pamper, there's something for everyone.
Nearly 2/3 of U.S. households have a pet. That's 86.9 million homes.
With so many households having pets, Amazon has something for every pet owner and their furry friends, from trusted basics to exciting new favorites across price points. Plus, Amazon is expanding its pet care offerings, now providing prescription pet medications on Amazon.com through VetSource, a leading pet pharmacy.
On May 13th and 14th, Amazon Pet Day will offer incredible deals, including on our most popular and pet-approved brands like Purina Pro Plan, Iams, PetSafe, O'Norman, Ring, and more. Learn more at Amazon.com/Pet Day.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
What's up, Bone listeners? It's Captain Zach. Are you looking for more power? Check out my friends at LBP. Whether you're boating, taking a cruise on the golf cart, my friends at Lithium Battery Power have the innovative technology to give that to you. Check them out at lithiumbatterypower.com or call 727-223-9831. Lithium Battery Power. Longer life, more power.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do.
The rainy day anthem for me. It just, you can almost feel the rain when you hear this song.
Yeah. Rain, man. We've been needing it.
Yep. We've been needing it.
Before the wind.
It's like I can just feel the haze of the clouds when I hear this song. Tons of great offerings coming in. I will play as many as I can today. Thank you for sending them along.
I can now hear the sailors cry.
Dude, so I just want to touch on it real quick. I mean, we have, whether we like it or not, become the home of Vroom Vroom for everybody who needs it. I'm so blown away by Kyle Larson. He won the NASCAR race yesterday in Kansas.
Here he comes off turn 4. He's going to make it to the line, and Kyle Larson beats Christopher Bell.
Great execution all day. Pit road, restarts, all that. Good job,
I don't know if he was managing that or not, but when he came up.
This guy is a racing psychopath. So he literally goes and I saw, so they're talking about it after the race. The next 11 days, he'll be racing different races. Like he goes to small towns and races those little outlaw cars. He's racing in the Indy 500. So it's not next week and the weekend after. He's actually racing in the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 for NASCAR on the same day. And he has done it a couple times this year, but he is just absolutely dominating. And it's pretty damn cool to see. Not that you have the answer for this or that I'm looking for it, but I was under the impression this new NASCAR car, like all of them were the same. Like that was the whole point. This next gen NASCAR car, like they were all very similar. So nobody had a real advantage. I don't know how you can not have any advantage by your car and still he led almost every damn lap of the race by a stretch. And what was he? Yeah, he won the pole, so he was the fastest car during qualifying. He won all stages. He had the fastest lap, and he won the race. Kyle Larson is an absolute beast in the NASCAR world, and I got to say, I keep waiting to lose my lust for NASCAR, and it hasn't happened yet. So we're riding the vroom vroom wave, baby.
I'm still trying to find my racer in this era since Smoke no longer races, but he reminds me of Smoke. Basically, we're saying that's what Tony Stewart did.
Oh man, who was I just watching? Oh no, who was it that I was just watching on the full speed? There was somebody in there whose hero was Tony Stewart, and oh man, who was it? Oh, I'm gonna get back to you on that because that might be a good race for the whole reason this dude got into NASCAR was because he grew up loving Tony Stewart, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was off the top of my head, but it's very, very interesting to see a guy be so dominating, and pretty much it seems well accepted across NASCAR. Like other drivers win, and there's a bunch of things to go into it. Kyle Larson is the best driver in motorsports currently, and the amount of different cars that he can drive. I mean, if you're leaving your family to go race at a dirt track in the middle of nowhere on a weeknight, when you're a NASCAR superstar that's probably got millions of dollars, you're doing it for the love of the game. So, it's fun. To anybody looking to get into the Vroom Vroom community, I got to tell you, the jumping off point is full speed on Netflix. It'll give you a look at these guys. It'll make you realize who you like and who you don't like. I'm not jumping off of any bandwagons, but I said it last week. I'm becoming a Ryan Blaney guy, number 12. This guy, he's cool. He likes to party. He puts out a playlist every week for the race. It's all music that I love. I'm being pushed into the arms of Ryan Blaney, who still needs a win this season to lock himself into the playoffs. But
who was the Florida guy that you?
Ross Chastain.
Okay, yeah.
He's the guy who I think is from down in the Fort Myers area originally, and he's a watermelon farmer. His family still owns the farm and everything, and he's a cool guy as well. A lot of these guys seem pretty down to earth, which is pretty cool to see.
And a lot of them are like below average height.
There does seem to be some little guys. Yeah. This is. I'm not. I don't think you're below average, but if you were, then that's like.
Wait, what did you just say?
Well, I'm just.
Oh, you don't see me that way.
No, I don't see that way.
You don't see height, dog.
I don't see height.
Yeah.
I don't see height. But if you were somebody who was below average height, it does seem like that's something you could connect with over the NASCAR driver.
Imagine I just left here and became a horse jockey.
Dude, I thought you were going to say become a NASCAR driver. Dude, that would be the greatest documentary ever one day. Dude, like the whole story about it. Like, I just become obsessed with NASCAR. It puts the bug in your ear. You start going to the go-kart track every weekend, beating your family, and then you're just like, I got to take this to the next level. I've got to give up my dream of radio to get into NASCAR. Next thing you know, you're winning the Daytona 500.
If you're not first, you're last.
I love it. Let's take this one call, and then I got to dig into this local romance scam. Setting Show, you're live.
Hey, this is Joe. Hey, I'm glad you're talking about NASCAR. Also been a NASCAR fan for probably 40-some years.
Oh, yeah, vroom, vroom,
Grew up watching Richard Petty and David Pearson. My dad took me all over to when it's in the 70s. That's how long it's been. But, yeah, and I'm also a giant Ryan Blaney fan for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's the man.
One really cool, crazy thing that the guy was talking about, Earnhardt, he was famous for unbuckling on the last lap.
Yeah.
He never left his buckles as he was coming in. He wanted to have all that crap off, and that's what did him in, honestly.
I did not ever hear
never
that.
Wore a
I'm
face
not going to
mask.
lie. I thought I had heard a lot about the Earnhardt death, and I did not know that he unbuckled before the end of the race, and that's why that was as bad as it was.
Yeah. He was ready to get out of the car right away, and he never wore a full face mask and on his always open face helmet. And Han's device obviously came in.
Hey, Joe, while I got you here, because I know it's what you really want to talk about, how about that stock market today, buddy?
I honestly haven't paid attention, so I don't know.
Oh, good. Well, it's doing good. Thank you.
So were they basically saying that, like, if he didn't do that, he probably would have survived the crash?
I mean, that's now two people that have said that. Did Dale Earnhardt unbuckle his belt? Because I did not know that was a thing.
That's a very crazy thing to me. Like, I get kind of what they're saying. They're like, oh, it's a thing. He just wanted to be ready and done with it and hop out the car and maybe celebrate. He's going to win. But wait till the race is done, dog.
Dale Earnhardt's seatbelt did not unbuckle. While there's been speculation about his belts being loose or broken, evidence indicates that his lap belt webbing failed and the buckle itself was not broken. So, I mean, there's nothing here. This led to...
Now I don't know what to believe, because now it just seems like belt propaganda that they're like, nah, it was buckled. See? He always kept it buckled.
I feel like this would be like the top thing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would NASCAR lie about Earnhardt's belt? I'm not really sure. It's not easily found. So if it is, it's something.
I think it's because they don't want their drivers to seem not incompetent, but like that they're doing that.
That somehow like ruin his legacy if you know that his actions there at the end.
Yeah, I think they just want to promote more safe ideas there than be like, yeah, they unbuckle. It's a thing.
Yeah. I think we talk a lot about needing to talk to your kids about the dangers of the internet and stuff like that, which is 110% true. If you've got a kid who's got any amount of access to the internet, you should absolutely be having conversations with them and probably monitoring, if not locking down, a lot of options for them. But I think the underrated thing that not enough people are doing is having a conversation with their grandparents about the dangers of the internet, because the amount of old people that are getting scammed out of their freaking minds. And I don't know, obviously, when we talk about younger people in the internet, it's a lot of like they'll get you, like they'll abduct you. You meet somebody, you hear about these creepers getting into Roblox and other kids apps where they're not supposed to be, and then they chat them up and they get them to leave their house and they abduct them. You don't really hear about that as much with the old people, but the scammers will rob you freaking blind. And this story is wild for a couple different reasons, but mainly because the scammer himself is so dedicated to the scamming lifestyle. A 92-year-old man from Sun City Center is out of his life savings, nearly $800,000. In Otis Swinton Jr., he's 37, was arrested after being accused of posing as a potential lover, then making off with enough cash for a lifetime. Without throwing anybody in the bus, I'll just say that in my own life, I have seen loved ones and elderly loved ones who it seems like it's really, really hard. And I think it's just because they didn't grow up with the internet. And there's just that little bit of understanding that never really sunk in. It's really, really hard to get them to understand that there are that many people out there wanting to do them wrong. Like, especially when it comes to old people who are alone. Yeah. Like if it's an older man or woman and they're alone and they're just lonely and probably deep down looking for someone to love, looking for a new husband, looking for a new wife, I think that is honestly some of the most vulnerable population when it comes to being scammed. 7 years. So this guy, this is crazy. So Otis Swinton Jr., 7 years ago, he was convicted of stealing more than $1 million from more than 50 people in Sun City Center. That's coming right from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. That time, deputies say he convinced mostly senior citizens they had fraud on their credit cards and that they had to mail the credit cards to get it taken care of. So these people just started mailing their active credit cards to this guy, and he just would go out and spend all of it. And now he's done it again. From jail. What? He managed to meet a 92-year-old who was living in an assisted living facility in Sun City. Criminals are also crazy, and I don't know that it would have stopped this guy from being caught, but you've got yourself in so much trouble in that exact area. Wouldn't you try to at least look in a different area?
Yeah, go to another city, dog.
Go to the villages. Go to the villages or something. He managed to meet a 92-year-old who was living in an assisted living facility in Sun City Center, and he pretended to be a swooning woman while he talked to him over the internet. This was an individual who was lonely, according to the sheriff's office. He didn't have family or friends. He was in a facility. He was just looking for a connection. And unfortunately, he found it in the wrong place. The victim wound up transferring money from a retirement account into a regular banking account. This was not a small amount. It was a substantial. This guy had been saving his entire life. The suspect had others withdraw the money using crypto transfer services at ATMs, and at the end of the day, he got $800,000 from this guy. Once our scammer got out of prison, he started depleting those funds. So he started the relationship in prison. So when he got out, the money was just waiting for him. Swinton was finally caught in Orlando at a Publix using the victim's ATM card just days after he got out of jail on the more than 200 fraud charges he was pinched for in 2019.
This, to me, screams what happened in the prison. Like, I get, they get internet, but it's not monitored at all. At all.
That is kind of crazy that you can be doing exactly what sent you to prison in prison.
Yeah.
That part of it is pretty interesting.
I don't know if you remember this or this had at your schools, but if we go to the library and use the computers, the librarian at the school used to be able to see what we're doing on our computer and be like, hey, that's not school related. Get off of it. How do they not have that in prison where it's like, hey, you're not a 22-year-old woman. Why are you committing fraud on this old man?
Well, and the thing is, it's hard to say with something like this, but these guys put so much work. I don't know. I would love to see a breakdown of the amount of hours that this guy put into getting this old man to fall in love with him and be comfortable enough to send him his life savings, kind of. But imagine if these scammers put that much time and effort into a legitimate venture, whatever that may be, starting a lawn mowing business, doing whatever they may be passionate about, and actually putting forth that effort. These scammers who, it's like a job. You know what I mean? They spend so much time looking for their victims and ultimately getting these people to trust them that I just can't help but wonder what happens if these people decide to take the same amount of effort and put it into something else. But I think once you've got that taste for crime, it's always going to seem easier, and it's probably hard to rehabilitate a lot of these people, especially once they've already found a way to make it work.
And it's like you said, it's the easier part. It's easy money. They're like, what else do I know? I only know this, and it works. Yeah, there's a risk, but they're so naive to the fact that they're like, now I know what I did wrong. You know what I mean? And I won't get caught next time.
It is interesting, going back to just a bigger thought process about the internet and people not being safe on there, because I don't really know who isn't at risk unless you are hyper vigilant, which I'd like to feel that people in our age range kind of are, and maybe even, and obviously a little bit younger, but it's really any kids up to probably 17 or 18, and any adults past 55 or 60 are the real targets on the internet, and there's tons of people in the middle as well. As much as we talk about it, I still don't think that people of those age ranges, specifically probably the older people, I don't think they get it still. And for some reason, it seems even harder to get the elderly community to understand certain things about the internet more so than younger people. I mean, it's a phenomenon, and not to just make fun of older people, but like everybody's got that crazy grandma or grandpa or old uncle that's just sharing things on the internet that are blatantly fake. You know what I mean? Like there's just this something that isn't computing with certain people where if it's happening on the internet, it must be true. And that's from a news story to somebody who sends you a message to everything in between. And I don't know if that gets any better. Part of me worries that as we go on and the internet becomes more advanced and you've got AI and different things that are going to make it harder to distinguish reality from not, if older people specifically and younger are just they're just primed to be victims for the rest of eternity on the internet.
There's an idea I have now after talking about all this stuff. Maybe it's stupid to mention it on air and give it away, but like, what if there was a service you could get that would allow your elderly father or whoever you know to log on, but when you log on, a professional is viewing it.
Yeah,
and there's like a live chat where it's like you're reading emails and they start going, "Don't believe that," blah 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 blah, or "Don't send this," da 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 da. And it's kind of like a Big Brother type thing where it's watching over you constantly.
I like it, but you just touched on it when you said Big Brother. A lot of people will automatically go, well, I'm not going to have somebody monitoring my computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The freedom element in the surveillance is probably something people aren't going to be down with. But I mentioned I have personal experience, and there was a relative of sorts who in real time was showing us her Facebook messages. And she was talking to this guy who – the picture was like a kind of a young studly dude, like probably in his 30s or 40s, total hot dude. Some of the pics were shirtless. He was supposedly a doctor in California and would go into extreme details about his day being a doctor and things like that. And he had just started asking for money. And there was some convoluted story about why he needed the money. And this very beloved relative, who I think is a generally smart person, like, thought we were in the wrong for trying to tell her that this isn't a real person. And when you see it right before your very eyes, you realize, like, these people just want someone to talk. Like, they almost don't care. You know what I mean? Like, they want somebody to love them and someone to talk to so much that they almost don't care. Like, if it means that person is going to be there, I'm not saying for this dude, he would have been willing to pay $800,000 to have somebody who acted like they loved him. But somewhere between that and the truth, I think they're in denial because they just want the attention.
Yeah, it's almost like they kind of feel like, well, who cares about this money? I can't take it with me. And the people that I love that I would give this to, they're not even around to give me that conversation.
There's that. Those are things that probably go through their mind. I hate to say it, but you're absolutely right. You want $1,000? Well, the chance is now. This hour's keyword is, let me make sure the day is right. It is fund. Head to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter fund before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and the $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours. It's FUND. If you get a call from a number that you don't recognize within 30 minutes after the top of the hour, answer it. It could be our contest judges calling you, so make sure you pick up that call. It's fund. Pick up the call. Sending show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
I had a comment about the the Earnhardt crash.
Okay.
Yeah, they just I don't know if you remember. Shortly after that, they developed the Hans device, HANS,
that keeps their
and
head
that
up,
was in
right?
response to his crash. Yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah, that. Yeah. So you would think that if it was just as simple as some unbuckled buckles, that wouldn't have all been necessary. But that's a great point.
well, they said he snapped his neck when you hit the wall, so that's why they developed that device. So
That's brutal. And the underrated sadness of that. His son was, I think, came in second place. His son was there.
His son was racing that day?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know his son was a racer.
I
did not know they were on the track the same day that
Which
happened.
is just crazy. It's very, very sad.
It's like Simba. What's up, Dad?
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot.
That was dark.
Dude, it's a lot like Simba.
Yeah.
Shout out to, hold on, let me find out who suggested this. I wouldn't have thought of it, but you're absolutely right. A great rainy day anthem. Hold on, let me see who said it. Derek.
She said it's cold outside as your hands being raincoat.
You can hit me with your rainy day anthems at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. I'll pepper them in throughout the day. All right. Don't just call. But I will tell you, we are kicking off this week with a Metallica Monday. I have tickets to go see Metallica.
Oh.
And we're going to give them away next. But you got to be able to play by the rules. Spoiler alert, this is going to be a DEI version of a giveaway because it's only going to a lady. I've got a story here about body count.
Oh.
About your amount of sexual partners. There is a study that's been done that says the acceptable amount of lifetime sexual partners for a man and the acceptable amount for women.
Oh. Okay.
I don't want to just come right out and say that you're going to need to be a whore to win these tickets, but I'm looking for some high numbers, and you're going to need to be able to prove it. It might just win you some Metallica tickets. Coming up next with more Setting Show.
She swears the moon don't hang quite as high as it used to.
I put in a Wild Fork order this morning. I was looking to do something a little different. I got the bacon and mushroom seasoned pork loin. I got some mahi bites for my wife. I got the Moroccan grains, which I've never had before. I also got myself some smoked peppered salmon, which is one of my favorite go-to snacks when I get home. Wild Fork has everything you're looking for and more. We cooked up Wild Fork all weekend. I'm not going to lie. We made a tri-tip. We made a bunch of sausages. I've got my whole family on Wild Fork. The prices can't be beat, and they've got everything you're looking for, from sides, seasonings, baked goods, and every cut of meat your mind can imagine. You can get it delivered right to your house. You can go pick it up in store or just go on a shopping spree. Locations in St. Pete, South Tampa, and West Chase. Check them out today if you haven't already. It's wildforkfoods.com.
The clock on the wall has been stuck at 3 for days and days.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. NASCAR lives on 102.5 The Bone. The cars, the drivers.
I'm not surprised, and anybody who is should rethink their NASCAR knowledge.
And all the left turns you can handle. Race Day Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay. Right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ulm Jeep Ram. #1 in the country.
Babe, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's time to break up. With our power company, they keep raising rates while you keep footing the bill. At Solar Bear, we say enough is enough. Go solar today and get your first 12 months completely free. With over 10 years in business and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're Florida's trusted solar provider. Locally owned, proven, and affordable. Make the switch, call Solar Bear now, and visit solarbear.com. That's solarbear.com.
Ron White, live.
If your eyes go bad, you can have LASIK surgery and they can give you 20/20 vision. But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
May 21st, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. For mature audiences.
Raise a Big Daddy mug this summer at Hooters. Bud and Bud Light Big Daddies for just $6. Or Mick Ultra for $6.50. Big beers, better deals. Only at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Honor all heroes at Palm Harbor Hero Fest on May 17th. This incredible community event celebrates our local heroes, first responders, veterans, and everyday champions making a difference. Enjoy live music, food trucks, kids' activities, a vendor marketplace, and more. Admission is free and fun for all ages. If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Getting a new fence doesn't need to be a hassle. The pros at Fence Outlet will help you with everything from start to finish, including measurements, ordering materials, dealing with local ordinances, and complete installation. Consult with a knowledgeable Fence Outlet representative and they'll help you get started today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Hey, it's Drew Garabo, proud member of Achieva Credit Union. And let's talk about fraud detection for a moment. You want to make sure that when these scammers get a hold of your information, that your financial institution has your back. Unfortunately, I have personal experience with this with Achieva Credit Union. They help keep those scammers out of my credit union account. I got my money back, and if I had listened to them in the first place, this whole incident never would have happened. Join by going to achievacu.com. That's ACHIEVACU.com.
Think you're not the suing type? But you weren't at fault. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Have you ever taken your family to dinner and been shocked at how expensive the bill was? Or gone to the doctor and been surprised by a large bill that was sent to you later in the mail? There is over $22 trillion in U.S. tax-deferred retirement accounts like the IRA and 401k. So do you know how much you will owe in taxes on those accounts in the future? Hi, I'm Rebecca Walser, principal of Walser Wealth Management and a tax attorney. And right now I want you to think about how much you've saved in your own deferred retirement accounts, whether it's $250,000 or more. Guess what? That is not all of your money. You will have to pay those taxes in retirement as you withdraw it when you have no income. At Walser Wealth, we created a retirement tax bill calculator to show you what you will pay in future taxes on your accounts, and it's free for you to use. Go to mytaxtest.com. Knowledge is only power when it's followed by action. Knowing your future taxes, we can show you strategies that might help you lower them and lower your tax burden overall in the future. For now, use our free tax calculator, mytaxtest.com, mytaxtest.com.
At Bernetti PA, our team will tell you that our number one priority is striving for the best customer service in the industry. I'm honored by the number of referrals we get from our current and past clients. They trust us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Drip, drip, drop. Are you tired of leaky faucets, climbing into a tub with water that never gets to that right temperature? Well, the folks over at Climate Design Home Services can help. They've got licensed plumbers on staff that can stop those leaky faucets and install a new hot water tank in less than a day, even the tankless kind that'll save you money. Doesn't matter if it's a clogged drain, sewer line replacement, or even repiping. Call Climate Design Home Services. They will take care of all your needs. 727-295-1572. That's 727-295-1572. Or you can simply go to climatedesign.com and get that leaky faucet fixed today. Say goodbye to that annoying drip, drip, drop, and go to climatedesign.com and say goodbye to those drips. ClimateDesign.com.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
We've been needing it.
3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. The city's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night.
Oh, rainy anthems today on Senning Show.
There's a storm.
Was this your pick?
No, this was, don't get me wrong. This is a pick. This is as good as it gets. This was Scarlet and Gray fan. This was Josh. Have to have some Garth. You know, I wonder, I don't want to get too sidetracked, how much money Garth misses out on and how many people don't ever get to listen to Garth, who is one of the most successful artists in the history of time, because his music is only on Amazon.
What?
You can't get his music anywhere else. And the Amazon thing, it's been a few years, but it's also kind of new as well. You used to not be able to get it anywhere until he signed a deal with Amazon.
Was that like, a couple years ago, it was like worth $20 million or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. But I mean, I saw something on Garth pop up on the internet the other day, and so many people were saying, I don't ever get to listen to Garth. I can't ever listen to all these songs that I used to love. And I'm sure he's getting paid, but not a lot of people. I had to play this off somewhere else other than Spotify.
I feel like it's kind of like the lottery when people take the lump sum. They're like, he's like, I'd rather take the lump sum than over X amount of years making $50 million or $100 million.
You're probably onto something. He seems like a smart businessman. I was very, very excited. I got the email and I had to double, triple check to make sure that I was reading it correctly, because this is about as hot of a ticket as you can get in Tampa Bay. We're going to do one today, and then we're going to do one probably later in the week. But I have a pair of tickets to Friday night, June 6th, Metallica at Raymond James in the round. Now, obviously, I know a lot of people are excited about Metallica. They're GOATs. Everybody loves them. But do not sleep on the fact that Metallica on that night, Friday night, June 6th, will be performing with Freddie D. Limp Bizkit will be in the house that night as well as the Suicidal Tendencies. So I'm going to part with a pair of Metallica tickets for the right call here. Whatever other day we do it, it'll be open to everybody. Maybe to make things equitable, we'll even do it for men only. But I will say, to win these tickets, you're going to need to be a lady. So men, if you want your lady to try for you, you're going to have to listen to the rules first. I saw this article this morning, which is, it just feels wrong, to be honest with you. And I am not here to shame anybody for their body count, for how many people they've had sex with in their life. But a new study was published in the Social Psychology and Personality Science Journal, set out to define what society sees as the ideal level of sexual activity for men and women. The results: people with moderate sex lives are judged most positively, while those at either extreme, meaning you're super active or completely inactive, tend to face social penalties and judgment. The survey was over 340 participants, which is not a lot of people, was asked how society would view a 25-year-old man or woman with varying levels of sexual activity. The questions covered everything from number of sex partners and frequency of intercourse to their masturbatory habits and even their fantasies. High sexual activity was rated more favorable. It's an undeniable double standard. Like, we're never going to get over it. It is a thing where if a guy has bed 50 women, he's a pimp daddy Mac. And if you're a lady who's had sex with 50 men, there's gonna be some people that judge you out there. Not here, I don't think.
No. We listen, we don't judge.
You wanna know what's funny? we can say that, but I think we brought it up with, I forget who we brought it up with a couple weeks ago, the idea of sharing that number with your partner.
I was just going to ask you that. I think you said no to this. But
absolutely not.
You didn't talk about that, right?
Yeah, we know. Yeah. We talked about it, but
I
would say absolutely not. Do not attempt to have that conversation with your partner.
But you're saying you and Danielle did.
No, God, no.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
We talked about it on air. But
yes.
You said you did it, and I'm on the same ideology as you. Don't talk about your former love life with whoever you're with. That's weird.
I don't know. Maybe, I would say the only way you could do it is if you've been together for 50 plus years and possibly you're old. You're old and you're settled down and whatever jealousy or mind demons you have subsided a little bit. Because I would say if you're going to share that information with people early on in a relationship, you may think nothing is happening, but something's happening. Something's happening to one of you. There has been a little worm that is burrowing in one of your brains that is thinking, "Oh wow, 25, huh? Wow. Well, she's only this is there's something else." There are both similarities and differences in the societal evaluation of male and female, and this is what it came down to. What's considered ideal for men? The magic number was about 4 to 5 lifetime sex partners.
Excuse me?
4 to 5
is low.
That's what's ideal. The people were the people, and I don't know
the sweet spot.
I don't know if people were prude in this group or if they tried to get people that were a little more advanced. And ladies, I'm going to ask you to share your number here today. It's not something that you will be shamed for, but if you're willing to share your number, there's a possibility that you're going to be going to Metallica and Limp Bizkit for that matter. So for men, the magic numbers were about 4 to 5 lifetime sex partners, with 2 to 3 being casual, and an age of sexual debut between 18 and 20. When'd you get down for the first time?
8th grade.
8th. So how does that make you? I think that's probably
13, 14?
Yeah, we're right on our biological clocks were ticking right along with each other because I was 14.
We actually mentioned in the last podcast, I did the Lazy Ass podcast, the first time we hooked up with someone, I realized the girl I was dating at the time, a lot hornier than me.
Hornier?
Yeah, she was a little slut.
Would you say...
Not like getting around with everyone, but she was moving at a faster pace than me.
She seemed a little more experienced than you at that point.
Yes.
Like she'd hopped on one a time or two.
Fellatio in school in the bathroom.
Oh, damn.
And I would have never thought that was a thing. And she's like, let's go do it in the bathroom.
Was she as old as you or was she older?
Same age. If anything, she might have been a year younger.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, how long were you guys together? That had to keep you around for a while.
I told the story
I was going to say.
My sister had this necklace, and I stole it.
And gave it to her? Dude, I got to tell you.
Daddy's got a gift for you.
Dude, one proper mouth love session in the bathroom, and next thing you know, you're stealing jewelry from your family to reward her. So for women, the ideal number, according to these people, this isn't us, this is insane, 2 to 3 lifetime sexual partners. 1 to 2 casual, and an age of first sex between 16 and 18. I think these numbers seem very, very, very low.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I'm not saying that like, oh, man, bro, you gotta put down some poon, man. Come on, man. I'm not saying it like that. I would just think through average growth and the amount of relationships people have when they're young, I would just think that very often that number is a bit ahead of that. I would say if you forced me to answer this, the ideal, like in my brain, men 10 to 15, women 10 to 15. I don't know that it should be. I don't know that it should be drastically different. I mean, maybe if you got me in a room as part of this study and you grilled me, I would give a different answer. I would maybe put the ladies a little bit lower. But also, if you've had sex with 100 guys, okay. Like 100 guys is a lot of guys. Like if you found that out against your will, would that be a deal breaker?
If I found out now, I'd be like, well, were you in porn? I didn't know. If not, I'd be like, you're kind of a slut.
You're like, wow, you're okay. I'm not going to say it.
Putting up Jordan numbers, that's ridiculous.
All right.
So by the standard of what the document said
Yeah.
that the testing, it was 4
to 5 for men for a lifetime.
They're saying basically by the fifth person you had sex with, that's probably the one you're going to fall in love with for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and then be with that.
Okay.
And for women, 2 to 3. So that means
The third guy
the
was
third
probably it,
guy
or second.
is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to go, but we're gonna find out. Sending show, you're live on the air.
Hello?
Hey, who's this? Not a lady.
Hey, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, okay. Just real quick, I got out of the fire department. Those numbers seemed a little skewed when I was 19 years old. 125 by the time I was 30 because of the fire department thing.
Oh, Jesus. Here's the thing. I'm not, if you are a man on the line and you're looking, not a fan of Smell My Finger Radio. If you want to, just come in and tell us what an absolute stud you are and how you railed 100 women in your life, I'm proud of you. I really am as a man. You do you, boo. But that's not what we're looking to do here.
Also, he definitely has herpes.
Oh, God, yeah.
He has herpes.
And how did
100 people, you don't have herpes? Shut up.
And he made a direct correlation between the fact that he was a firefighter and banging. Are you like, is it just because women like a man in uniform? Or is it because he was, like, if you save someone from a fire, are they likely to have sex with you? I guess.
There were questions to be asked, but
there
now's
were,
not the
but
time.
I just didn't want.
Not
if
now.
we let that guy talk about his 125 ladies that he railed, then the next guy is going to want to call and talk about the 175 women that he railed. Sending show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hey there. I don't want to give out my first
You do
name
not have to give
because-
you do not have to give you if I was a super fancy radio guy, I would tell you we'd put you on protection and make your voice sound weird, but I don't know how to do that. So you can use whatever name, and we don't have to give any specifics at all. So how about
All good. I mean, you can just. I'll go by Joy.
Joy. I like that. I like that. So Joy, what did you think when you heard those numbers from this study that the most approved or proper number for ladies was 2 to 3 sexual partners?
Well, one, I don't think that's very realistic, especially in our day and age.
No,
but
it's not.
two, it's going to make my number seem pretty bad.
Oh wow! Now, how old are you? How old are you now, Joy?
I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay. And are you in a committed relationship currently?
It's complicated.
Okay, so you've
That's a no.
and then before you unveil the number, I will just ask: have you been into group settings? Are you in? You said it's complicated? Is there any elements of like swinging in your current relationship, open relationship type thing?
No, never have and don't plan on it.
Okay. So Joy, if you don't mind me asking, they say 2 to 3 is an acceptable number at 30 years old. Where's your number sitting these days?
So I'm going to be completely honest, and mainly because my identity is not revealed, but I'm going to say around 50, give or take a few. I've never actually specifically counted. But yeah, I would say it's definitely around 50. There was a point in time in my life where a good 2-3 years I was drinking constantly and I didn't know how to love myself yet. And I obviously did not respect my body in the way I should have. So yeah, during that course of time, it was, it was a lot, but I always kept it wrapped up, and I've never had an STD. I've never had any kind of medical issues. So.
Those are that's impressive. With numbers like that, to come out the other side clean is pretty damn impressive. What so you're 30 now? Was this early 20s where this is going on, or was this not that long ago?
Yeah, no, we're talking from 18 to maybe 25 was the time where I had a little phase.
How would you meet a lot of dudes? My radar for time is not that great. Were you on the apps at this point?
No, I've never been on any apps. Just going out and drinking, honestly, at the bar.
Oh wow! I have to
the
say,
last call girl.
I gotta say, five of them were
at the same time.
Somebody I was with at the time, but most of them were just a one time.
Dude, I did think. Were any of those 50 at the same time?
What do you mean? No.
Oh, no group expeditions out of the 50.
No.
No tag teams.
No.
Okay.
Tag teams. I don't roll that way.
All right. Well, here's this is a fun question, and no judgment here. And I'm very, very grateful that you're being as open and honest as you are. From an hourly perspective, what was the shortest distance between two of those gentlemen?
like week, give or take.
Oh, a week? Oh, that's pretty good. I gotta say, with numbers like that, you seem to have done it.
No, I'm not banging them out like every day. It's not like
now.
doing that.
Now, the next question ties into our earlier thoughts on this. The guy that you're in the situationship right now, the entanglement, it's complicated. Does he know your number? And can you ever see yourself telling a partner that you really love what your actual number is?
He doesn't know, but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, it is what it is. I obviously regret it and wish I didn't go through that phase of my life, but I mean, it is what it is, and I'm a very open, honest person. So
yeah, so you and I don't want to like dwell on I'm not saying that you feel sadness for it, but you clearly don't look at that period of your time as the greatest. Is there any part of you that kind of leans into the female empowerment angle? You know, if a guy does that, we're like, oh man, yeah, you're a stud. And if a girl does that, that's not the way that a lot of people think about it. For you, is it mostly just bad memories, or is there any part of you that was like, I was young, I was having fun, I was doing whatever the hell I wanted, and I came out the other side just fine?
it's kind of a mix of both. I do regret a lot of it, but at the same time, like, I was young. I was having fun. And like I said, I always kept it wrapped up. So, like, I was keeping myself safe. I wasn't, like, getting pregnant or, none of that. So that's one side of it I am proud of. At least I went about it the right way. You feel me?
So, yeah, I absolutely feel you. So 50, is that include any women?
One.
Oh, just
but
one?
I don't really count that.
Oh, wow. So it's
51.
51 if we're counting the lesbianic tendencies.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that all the way? Is that are you like one of those above the belt lesbos?
No. Mm-mm.
No to what?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean above the belt? I guess I don't even know what the heck that means.
I mean, some ladies will only get with other girls, but they really just kiss them and stuff like this.
Maybe light touching,
was this a full blown lesbian experience?
I would say so. Yeah.
All right, so 51.
Yeah. All right, Joy, I got to say, you're the front runner by a long shot. It's going to be tough to knock Joy off of her pedestal with a little HLA on the backside. Do you remember wrestling in the 90s when they had a phase where there was a thing called HLA? And like somebody would just scream out HLA, and then there'd be two ladies that came out and they started making out.
No.
Hot lesbian action.
No.
Yeah. Those are the good old days.
HLA.
Setting show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
That's probably a dude.
Yeah, or probably someone's like
50. I can't beat that.
I can't step to Joy. Oh, dude, I think
everyone dropped off.
No, I think I hung up on Joy.
Uh-oh.
Joy, call back immediately. Setting show, you're on the air.
Hey guys, listen, I'm the firefighter of the call, but I was trying to make a point about girls, not about me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
Setting show, you're live on the air.
for the double dip.
Hey,
Hi, who's this?
Brittany.
Hey, Brittany, how are you today?
Good. How are you guys? Love you guys.
We love you too. What do you think about this seemingly very judgmental study that determined that the ideal number for a woman for sexual partners in her whole lifetime is only 2 to 3?
There's no way that's even true.
I can't see it being realistic, even if people find it to be ideal. How many times more than 3 is your number?
62.
Wait, 62 times more, or 62 is the number?
The number.
Oh wow! How old would you might find yourself today?
I'm older, but this was during from the time I was 14 till I was 26.
Oh,
so my 20s, I was DTF in my 20s.
Wow. Now the previous caller, Joy, she kind of framed that period of time as like not the best.
Yeah, the dark ages.
Yeah. When you look back on it, were you just living your best life, or do you kind of look back on it as a not the greatest of times?
Oh, it was the best times ever.
Are any of those 62 in a singular experience for you?
All singular. No multiple. Sorry, I'm not Joy.
Joy didn't either.
Yeah,
Joy didn't either.
Did you experiment with women as well? Because Joy did, or are you just strictly guys?
No, I did not. Nope.
62. Now it is interesting because I don't know the number. I don't know the number where people could lose track. Do you think that you could go back in your mind and legitimately remember all 62?
In the beginning, I used to write their names down.
What do you mean?
Did you have any notes on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would rate whether or not it was good, and yeah.
What was it, like
all
a star
that.
system? Like 5 stars for
But
John?
it might not stars, maybe numbers 1 through 10.
Oh, wow. What you
But
said?
Yeah.
You said 20. I think 24. So when was
60 something?
No. The
okay.
last you said that they all happened in a certain period of time. In the end, I believe you said was around 24. Is that literally was that 61 happened then, and then you've just had one since then?
It was till 26.
Okay.
I met my husband. Sorry, he's 63.
Okay.
At the time?
So, yes. And that's it. Yep.
Wow. So you've gone from that age to now with just one love.
Yes.
Wow, that's super. Wow, that's super impressive. That you had that kind of run in a short period of time. Does your man that you've loved all these years, does he know anything about those numbers you put up?
God, no.
Well, who are you going to take to Metallica if you win the tickets?
I'm taking him. He loves Metallica.
And then what's gonna? I mean, maybe we should just role play. Hey, baby, how'd you win these Metallica tickets, baby?
I want him on Dead Man. That's how I want him.
Not bad.
That's actually
Great answer.
that makes a pretty good. That's a pretty good.
Who's the
Hold
dead
tight.
guy, baby?
Hang tight. Come with it. I gotta find Joy again though, because I really feel bad that I hung up
She's
on
lost in the wind.
Is this Joy?
Nope, this is not Joy.
All right, hang tight.
You
Just
sound
hang-
like a real slut,
hang
though.
Tight.
Oh,
Hang
never
tight.
mind. She's gone.
Is this Joy? Hello? Oh God.
No, we lost Joy.
Oh, we did lose Joy.
She's gonna go back to those dark times now.
Yeah, Joy, don't go back to the dark ages. Joy, is this you?
No.
All right, hang tight. We're gonna get to all of you.
We'll get to all you sluts.
Is this Joy?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Don't go
Joy's
anywhere,
back.
Joy. I need you locked in. All right, so 3 and 4. Now Joy's numbers were
Still
lower.
It was big.
Yeah, they were big, but I mean,
She
I'm
did
just saying,
experiment with a girl though.
if we're looking for a front runner at this point, I just don't know if it should be Joy or was it Brittany?
Because I think you shouldn't just look at the overall numbers. It's group activities. Did you go both sides of the genders?
I think you're onto something here. Setting show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Is it me?
Yep, it's you.
Okay, so let me just start off by saying I'm 25.
Okay.
And when this stuff happened, I was younger. I lost my virginity at 17. And then after that relationship, I just kind of felt like, well, I lost, what was important to me. I don't have anything else to lose at this point. And I was very anti-relationship too. So I just kind of had fun, did my thing. I did try with girls, and this is probably a little embarrassing, but I never really watched porn or anything. So when I saw the girl for the first time down there, I saw how different we looked down there.
Wait, you mean different from your own or just different from a wiener?
Like me and her, like she had an Audi, and I didn't know that that was a thing. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
and it completely turned me off from women. And it sucks because, that was my first time. And
you were thinking, I need some curly fries and horsey sauce if I'm gonna tackle this thing.
But my number, though, from that short span of time, so from 17 to 19, because I got pregnant at 19, and then those days were just behind. But the number is 25 in that span of time.
25 in 2 years. That's
good numbers.
Those
strong.
are.
Well, I'd say in a year, because when I lost my virginity, I was with that guy for almost a year, and then as soon as I turned 18, that's when everything happened.
So when you got pregnant, was that with a guy that you were starting a relationship with, or was this what was meant to be a rando and it turned out to be more?
So I was wanting it to just be a casual hookup. Like I said, I was very anti-relationship. But it happened. It ended up working out really well. He had actually knew my body count beforehand. And when I told him, he was like, oh, wow, that's actually impressive. Because his was only 8.
Oh, yeah. Some guys, and they're not tons of them, but I feel like some guys are able to go, wow, look at you. That's really impressive. And probably with a guy that says that, you knew he was the one. So is that are you still with him?
Oh, yeah, we're still together, still going strong. He's great. I mean, he wasn't judgmental about it at all. And I told him that, wasn't anything serious. It was just all for fun, and I was just waiting for the right person to just pretty much lock it down with.
Do you
now
ever?
We have. What are you gonna say?
No, dude, keep going.
I was gonna say now we have a beautiful, almost 6-year-old. I'm a stay-at-home mom. We have life pretty, good.
Do you
it works out.
Do you ever long for the days of just a different man every other few days? Do you find yourself satisfied by the touch of one man these days? Are you guys you ever experiment by bringing anybody else in?
Bringing anybody else in, no. I'm pretty possessive myself. I'd say the older I'm getting, and it kind of sucks, but I feel like my drive is going down, so I'm not as ready to go, or you just spontaneously promiscuous and things like that. But I feel like that just maybe kind of happens the older you get, especially even having kids and being busy.
How old are you? How old are you now?
I'm 25.
25? I feel like you're still in your prime. You're talking about losing drive. You should still be on the upward climb.
I know. Once I'm not busy anymore and I get back out there, I'll be good to go.
Get those numbers up, dog.
All right, hang tight. I don't know why. I still feel like Joy is the winner.
We have something. Okay, here's the thing. We had one woman, the second caller, who was
Brittany.
Highest numbers.
Yeah.
We had that caller who the single small period of time.
This would be like a single season record.
Yeah, exactly. That's the right way you're looking at it. And then we had Joy, who had high numbers, but also both teams.
We're so late. I don't feel like I can take one more. But I'm going to. Setting show, you're live on the air.
Yeah, I'm definitely not using my real name after your last conversation.
Yeah. You don't have to. Can we call you Sharon?
Sure.
All right. Hey, Sharon, thanks for calling. I don't want to give you, short shrift, but this is going to be the rapid fire round. What's that number looking like?
I could do P. Diddy pretty proud.
Ooh, wow. You got Diddy numbers.
Wow, you telling me you got goat status numbers?
Well, I'm older than all of your other callers, first of all.
Okay.
Second of all, I'm not even going to lie. After a divorce, when somebody cheats on you, you want revenge, and I did.
Oh, wow. So how long ago was the divorce?
It's a while.
Are you in a new relationship? Or are you still getting revenge? Oh, you're still in the midst of revenge.
No, actually, not revenge, because now I'm about quality, not quantity. But when I was about quantity, I got quantity.
Now I can tell the hesitancy in your voice that you don't want to say the number. Are you going to say the number?
You'd fall out of your chair if I told you, to be honest.
It's triple digits?
Yeah.
We got a real slut here, John.
It's not a real slut.
He's joking. He's joking.
Remember, we listen and we don't judge.
Yes.
I meant slut in a good way.
Yeah.
JoJo's a slut.
No.
Sorry.
So what's the frame of time there? That there's is that a little bit from before the marriage, a little bit after? Did you put up all those numbers post marriage?
No. Let's go. Well, like I said, I'm older than all of your callers, so I've got a good 4 decades of wrapping up numbers.
All right, Sharon, do you be sharing that vagina with other girls, or is it just with the dudes?
Let's just say my sexual crayon box is about the 64 count with the sharpener in the back.
Oh, okay. And so there's more than one guy at a time.
Again, my colors run true.
You're being very vague about it. And I don't need actual specifics, but you got it for the sake of a potential contest angle of this. You've got to give us.
Yes.
What's the most guys you've been with at one time?
What's the most girls you've been with at one time?
All right, I thank you, but just the vagueness and the secretive nature.
I think it's Joy now.
Yeah, I think it is Joy. The other two ladies, Brittany and There was one other. I'm going to give everybody something because you were so honest and so cool. Thank you to all of the ladies who called. But Joy, based on the little bit of the heartstrings that were pulled, you were the first one through. You had good numbers. You're going to see Metallica, and we'll make sure we give everybody else a little something as well. Don't go anywhere. We come back. She set us up for it. Before we get into the joints, let's touch on at least a little bit what's going on in the Diddy trial, because I didn't know that day one opening statement we were going to be getting dirty details, but we got them, and we're going to dig into that next with more Setting Show.
You remember sitting there, rain out in Williams' chair.
History had the gold rush, then came the oil boom, then the tech boom. But right now, it's the Wi-Fi boom. And the Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Streaming, gaming, video calls, they're all booming. Even when your boss schedules a meeting that definitely could have been an email, it's going to be booming. And now you can get Xfinity Internet and mobile together in just one plan. It's the ultimate power couple. Wi-Fi Power Boost from Xfinity Mobile gives you faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds at home and on the go, so your Wi-Fi is booming wherever you go. Now through June 23rd, new customers can get 400 megabit Xfinity Internet with free equipment and unlimited internet data. Plus, you're going to get an unlimited 5G mobile line included in one plan for just $40 a month. So whether you're working, watching, or panning for Wi-Fi Gold, it's going to be booming. Visit Xfinity.com to learn more.
They grew old and sailed away, called you on phones from far away, wrote you novels on postcards.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Fence Outlet customer Sarah shares.
We decided to go with Fence Outlet after receiving several referrals from our neighbors. They've been
live forever. We just want to live right now. They said if you drink, you will die. My uncle went like this to the doctor. Yeah, man, let's go. He sees me one time, he thinks he knows me.
George Lopez, live on stage, June 8th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Don't miss George Lopez Live, Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Memorial Day savings all month long at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with zero down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit CrownHyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36-month lease, 10K miles a year, $39.99 due at signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on. That's right, you don't have to bend down and you don't have to touch them, which is why people can't stop talking.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
So how do hands-free Skechers Slip-ins work? It's like they have an invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And Slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins, and I'm never going back.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Are you ready to elevate your social game? This is John Senning here for Kava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, your go-to spot for fun and relaxation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not just any hangout. It's a community social club with incredible weekly events. On Wednesday, karaoke night, where you can unleash that inner rock star. On Thursday, test your knowledge with trivia night. Great questions, great prizes, and even better company. You need some relaxation? Well, treat yourself on any one of their
many massage nights and let your stress just melt away. Showcase your talents at open mic night or strategize with fellow enthusiasts with the ever-popular Sunday Chess Club. The night market is a must-visit with local vendors, delicious food, and handcrafted goodies that are sure to make it a night to remember. Dive into the amazing events going on at Cavo Social Club today and visit them online at thecavasocialclub.com and on social media at Cava Social Club. Cava Social Club, where your vibe attracts your tribe. Boola, baby!
Taco lovers, Hooters has 3 ways to win this summer. Shrimp tacos, mahi tacos, or crispy tender tacos. All served with curly fries or tots. Taste the new flavors now at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country. See dealer for complete details.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text ENERGY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful Fed incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 321-321. That's ENERGY to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Saturday, May 17th is Furman Chevy of Brandon's Military Appreciation Event. Don't miss this star-spangled day of live music, free barbecue, giveaways, and exclusive military offers. Together, let's drive and honor our heroes. Get all the details at FurmanChevy.com.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah.
Tampa. Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Get track. Play that fucking track. Oh, there it is. Limp Bizkit. DMX. Redman. That's right, yo. Method Man. We just keep on rolling, baby. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Now move out. Hands up, hands down. Back up. Tell me what you wanna do. Breathe in, now breathe out.
Welcome back to Setting Show. We're making way for John's Joints in just over a little over 10 minutes. Dude, hell of a recommendation, Diz.
Yeah. Thank you all the sluts that called in.
He doesn't mean that.
Right here, L-I-M-P, Biscuit is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air.
Shout out to Joy, who's going to see Metallica. And Limp Bizkit.
She earned it. Earned those legs.
All right, so I just thought it was going to take a little bit of time for this trial to get going. Like, I thought we wouldn't have much to talk about, but the opening statements seem to be just full of little gems. There might be stuff. Are you looking at anything yet? Because I think I'm seeing that they've announced some potential accomplices. That was not what I had planned on touching on. So if you can peek around real quick and see if you're finding a list of people that might have been mentioned, because I see that they said some names. I just don't see the names yet.
But like accomplices, like in what way?
It just
people
says
that like were.
So they're not. I'm sorry, they're not out yet. It was announced today that Diddy's list of accomplices will be named and shamed, as prosecutor warns he didn't act alone. And I guess that just happened a short time ago. But the sex trafficking and racketeering trial for Sean Diddy Combs officially started in a Manhattan federal court after a jury was finally selected. The disgraced music mogul's former girlfriend, Cassie, real name Cassandra Ventura, is expected to be among the trial's early witnesses and could testify as soon as today. I don't think she has yet. This is a bit, I don't know if it's a bombshell, but it's a lot to handle when we're talking about the first day. During opening statements, prosecutors outlined horrific claims against Diddy, and I need to say this very, very delicately because these are the things that can get us in trouble, saying that Diddy once forced a male escort to use the restroom in Cassie's mouth.
Ooh.
It is, just put your ones up if you know what I'm saying. Just number one, if that makes anybody feel any better. During this trial, you're going to hear about, these are in the words of the prosecutor, during this trial, you're going to hear about 20 years of the defendant's crimes, but he didn't do it alone. He had an inner circle of bodyguards and high-ranking employees who helped him commit crimes and cover them up. Lawyers for the 3-time Grammy winner says prosecutors are wrongly trying to make a crime out of a party-loving lifestyle that may have been indulgent but was not illegal. Prosecutors say Combs coerced women into drugged-up group sexual encounters and then kept them in line through violence. I'm starting to wonder if this is going to bring down anybody else.
Of course.
Do you think other people, like unforeseen people, are going down with the ship, or going down with Diddy?
Yes. People in his circle, for sure, being accomplices and allowing this to happen for years, they're going to get hit with lawsuits, I think. And kind of like we've been touching on ever since we heard any of this Diddy stuff, the celebs that are going to get named in here that you were like, oh, really? They were a part of this?
Yeah, it really, the big one for me that I just wonder about,
I know what it is
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher, yeah.
And I don't know what it is, because it just seems he was so tight with Diddy for so long during the period of time in question that you just have to assume he knew what was going on. And to me, at that point, if you know what's going on and you're okay with it, you were probably a part of it. Like that's kind of my thought. They did show the full beatdown, for lack of a better term, the 2016 assault on Cassie. CNN had only broadcast part of it in the past. The video depicts Cassie with a bag at the hotel's elevator just before Combs rounds a corner. He is in a towel, which is just the craziest part of it. He comes running around the corner, strikes her, and throws her to the ground before kicking her and then dragging her back toward the hotel room. And now they've got security guards who are saying they declined a stack of cash.
Yeah, 100,000.
To not bring it up. So I gotta say, some strongly moral security guards to not take $100K cash.
Do you think it's strong morals, or they just knew someone's going to find out, and then they're going to know I took a bribe, and then I'm going to be kind of like we said, just as bad as him? You took a bribe knowing this happened, and then we find out, we're going to hate you even more.
Maybe, but I also think everybody's got a price. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think so much of the bad of our society is kept quiet due to people being paid off.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that there's just, it probably just wasn't enough money. I mean, maybe I don't know these guys, so maybe there's a little bit of a moral compass in there that made them turn it down. But at the same time, I think that's how so many bad people do what they do. Like I keep drawing the parallels between Diddy and Epstein, because I think there are similarities when it comes to power, money, girls, and all of that. And I guarantee that those people who kept their mouth shut all those decades for Epstein were paid. And that's probably from people that worked in the house to people that were security guards that just saw things at different places. And really the defense's main initial point was, he committed domestic violence. He obviously, you're seeing it with your own eyes, he beat her up. But just because he committed domestic violence doesn't mean that he's sex trafficking and doing all of these other things that he's accused of, which, you know, it is potentially possible. But I have a feeling as we go on, that's going to become a little more undeniable. My real thing, and I think what we're ultimately waiting for here, is if they start showing some of these videos.
Which they will be. They said that in the opening arguments. They're going to show freak-off tapes. You're going to see stuff, tapes with Cassie and what she was quote unquote forced to do, because they're saying she was the defense is saying that she went along with it. She was a willing participant. But I think out of all of that, besides the Ashton Kutchers and all that you were gonna probably find out they were involved, I think Bieber. We're gonna find out things happen to Bieber.
Dude,
that's why he's been in a decline.
Is this gonna? By the way, I also saw Bieber yesterday posted on social media, "Mother's Day sucks," and it was his wife's first Mother's Day. Be better, Bieber.
Be better.
Bieber not be being better right now.
Yeah.
Bieber's hurting. And I think a lot of what Bieber puts out there and the way that he acts today is probably because he's holding inside a secret that is almost unfathomable. That's just my personal opinion. And I don't know if all of those details are going to come out in this court case, but I don't know that he could stop it.
No.
Like, I don't think there's anything you could do to stop it if it is in there. The
only thing he could do is not go speak in court. You know what I mean? That's his choice. They can't force him to go speak if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but if there's going to be a video with him on it at some point, what's it really matter?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to be put out there anyways.
Everyone that he has dated should have been subpoenaed. Young Miami, J-Lo, all of them
and maybe
should be subpoenaed.
They got to be keeping. I know they've got to share with the defense what they're going to do.
Yeah, so
but I don't think that necessarily means that we're all going to know.
No.
Sending Show, you're live. What's up?
Hey, do you guys remember Mace, the rapper Mace?
Do I remember Mace? You mean one of the GOATs? Harlem on the Rise? You don't really want a problem with these guys? $MA$E? Yes, we know Mace.
Hey, okay. So he was kind of around in the beginning, and then remember, he turned into a pastor.
Exactly. Dude, Diddy pushed him right into the arms of the Lord,
Yeah.
dude. He was so traumatized he had to go find God.
Exactly. I wonder if that's what happened, man. Thanks, guys. How's it going?
Dude, do I know Mace?
Murder Mace?
I mean, I'm offended that he even I'm offended that he even asked.
What's he going to be next? Hey, do you guys know anything about NASCAR?
Dude, vroom, vroom, baby.
Vroom, vroom, baby.
Vroom, vroom. You brought up Mace, so let me cut us off with a little Mace as we go to break. When we come back, we're going to dig into John's Joints with Drew Garabo. Dude, there's just, the problem is some of these Mace songs are so, they're just so foul. You ever heard 24 Hours to Live with the Locks, Black Rob, DMX?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a jam. You might as well not even put out a clean version because every other word is edited out. What would you do?
What would you do?
How would you handle it?
That's a deep right there. A lot of pressure. How would you handle it?
Lots to get to. There's major things going on in the world of politics. Some big things have been signed. The stock market's doing good. We'll touch on to that. Also, a local story out of Clearwater. More land is up for grabs. You could probably take a guess at who's trying to get it. The city is fighting back. And we got a kangaroo attack. All that and much more. Coming up next in John's Joints.
Give down to the under massive stress. Give every bum on the street cash to invest in hope Harlem well.
Switching to Hawkins Service Co. is simple and stress-free. With over 30 years of trusted service, Hawkins offers expert HVAC and pool repair services on top of plumbing and electrical as well. One call really does handle it all. They've got proven trust with over 3,000 five-star reviews. Hawkins has earned a reputation for reliability and quality across the region. They guarantee their certified technicians are going to experience rigorous background checks so you can trust the people you have in your home. I've had them out of my place. They always are amazing. They never leave a mess, and I trust them. Right now, you can get 10% off if you let them know that you heard about us talking about them on 102.5 The Bone. They're also currently offering $1,500 off a complete AC system replacement. The heat is coming, whether we like it or not. So give them a call today, 813-445-8209, or check them out online at hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
With my son and my daughter. You got 24 hours to live. Just think.
Of your 9 to 5, we'll think about a career in the world of aviation maintenance. And we've got the NAA right here in beautiful Clearwater. They're going to make the transition from whatever you got going on in your life to the campus world as smooth as possible. The next class starts May 29th. Make that change in your life today and visit naa.edu.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Jersey College is a nursing school where faculty know how to give you the resources and support you need with encouragement and real connection.
Hi, my name is Ebony and I'm a graduate of Jersey College. I felt like Jersey College truly cared about me.
This experience was a life changer for me. It's a great feeling. You have to try. Don't doubt yourself. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Classes are enrolling now at our campuses in Tampa, Largo, Brooksville, Naples, and Port Charlotte. Apply now at jerseycollege.edu.
Brandon Honda is having its biggest used car event of the entire year. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now at Brandon Honda, get certified pre-owned vehicles from $6,900, backed up with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Get CRVs from $15,000, HRVs $14,000, Accords $12,000, and get certified Civics from an incredible $9,000. We're approving all credit applications, plus make no payments for 90 days. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-527-9308 for more information.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain, I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
I'm Doug Bernetti. Growing up, I learned how hard it can be to make ends meet. At Bernetti PA, we help people every day with debt collection calls, credit card debt, home foreclosures, and bankruptcy cases. If you have questions, call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This hour of Setting Show is brought to you by Hawkins Service Co. One call handles it all.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
The Bone. Wheel Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Setting Show. It's time for John's Choice with your host, John Senning.
This one feels like rain. This song is full of rain. Welcome back to Setting Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. And on a rainy day, you need a little bit of sunshine. The man who is not afraid to wear a hoodie outdoors when it's 80 degrees. Drew Garabo.
It was low 70s, and how'd you know I was wearing a hoodie?
Well, it was so funny because I saw a picture somewhere of you, and I was like, damn, that man's rocking a hoodie. And then I saw you, and I didn't know if you were joking. I think you put it in a post where you said, it stayed in the 80s, so I was comfortable in my hoodie. And that was, there was a little bit of rain. You were comfortable?
I was very comfortable, despite the mockery of Sarah, my beautiful girlfriend.
Oh, she mocked you for it?
Well, John, jealousy's a mother, and it's not my fault she forgot her Billy Idol hoodie at home and couldn't look cool like me.
That must have been what it was. As somebody who runs hot, I can't do it. But you're a svelte gentleman where that you might need that as it gets a little colder.
Well, the funny thing is I had lost the hoodie for about a year. I found it last week just in time for the Billy Idol show. And when the temperature dipped down into the 70s, I was like, oh, I'm totally wearing my hoodie.
Look at this.
She's like, give me hot.
So what was we love you, Birdie.
I love you, Sarah.
So what was the thing with the weather? Did it rain on you in there? Because there's been a lot of discussion about the fact that the awning at the amphitheater blew away in Milton, much like the top of the Trop, and I think we're in our first few shows without it. So did you feel raindrops on your head?
Yes. I don't want to lie. A few droplets during Joan Jett's opening set. She was great. And then a few more droplets during Billy Idol, but it dissipated quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that works. There's something earthy about it. Maybe it'll be fun. You're in touch with nature.
The lack of coverage. I was looking up, and the shell above the stage covers the stage and maybe the first couple of rows. the heat this summer and the rain this summer is going to be very interesting.
I didn't even think about the heat element for shows that start a little bit earlier when the sun is beating down on you.
Yeah.
There must be something, and I jokingly said, is that stuff the same as the stuff that is the top of the Trop? There must be something to be said for you not being able to get your hands on that or do the work in a timely fashion.
Yeah, or find a reasonable facsimile, like maybe some nylon, and you throw that over there for some rain.
Yeah, what can we put for a replacement? You can just throw some some visqueen, some plastic wrap over there. And, we should be completely fine.
Yeah,
but it was a fun time.
Yeah, it was great, and I do love my girlfriend very much.
Yeah, she loves
she's
you
just
too. And I love the fact that she can make fun of you for wearing.
Yeah, no, me too. It's great. She had a non-brand Soja windbreaker on. I don't know why you'd wear that to a Billy Idol show.
Well,
Start again, mother. No, that's dancing.
Yeah, I love that. I love them.
69 years old, dude, and he rocks it.
Dude, I saw the video. He did look like he was rocking. His voice sounded pretty damn good, and Billy Idol.
Yeah. Yeah,
love that guy.
Yep.
I was texting with your mother yesterday. Yeah,
how'd that go?
It went good. She said she had an amazing. I don't know if anybody else. I actually got an exclusive photo that I don't think was on your social media.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I saw the whole family.
Can you send it to me?
It might be on your social media.
Is it of all of us together outside?
Outside, yeah.
I don't think I got that one.
Yeah, well, I do. So.
Oh, a stranger took it.
Took it from you, or
no? Took the picture.
Like I had it, a stranger took it.
Oh.
How was?
Oh, they did send it to me. Oh, no wonder I didn't put that on my social media.
How's the fam?
They're all great, man. It's I'm so lucky to have the family that I do, and still have my mom and dad's around.
What is that place? Is that place that you eat? That's the dim sum place?
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw the Lazy Susan thing on the center of the table, but then it was called like something seafood, so I was set off.
Yeah, YH Seafood Clubhouse, and you know what the YH stands for?
Young Ho.
Close.
Young Hotties.
Close.
Yeezy Hype.
Very close. Yummy House.
Oh! It is a Yummy House.
Yeah.
Is that a chain or is that just a thing they call it?
No, it's a chain. They're part of the Tampa Yummy House organization.
Dude, that place.
Phenomenal.
How do they not put one of those in St. Pete? You ever been to Yummy House?
No.
Dude, that place it's far, like for me, from St. Pete. But I've been there a couple times, and we need something like that on this side of the bridge.
Yeah, why they got one in Orlando but not St. Pete?
I don't know.
Who? Let's talk to Mr. and Mrs. Yummy.
Mr.
Is it
Yummy.
a buffet?
No.
No, but they serve a lot of stuff like family style. So when you order something, they
Like
bring
platters.
out a giant platter, and then the center of the table turns, so you can all enjoy it. It's very, very nice.
Oh, dude, their salt and pepper calamari.
Dude, that's the but all their salt and pepper stuff is kind of their
signature.
Like they got shrimp and other stuff like that too.
Yeah,
very, very delicious. Hope all the mommies out there had a nice Mother's Day.
Where is it in St. Pete? Am I going to?
No, it's not in St. Pete. It's in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's in
Hillsborough.
it's over there. I was just telling you asked me right before we came back if I was thinking about going to Stained on tomorrow.
Yeah, you
night.
should go.
I want to go. Just something about doing things over the bridge on specifically a Tuesday night. Like as we get a little bit further into the week, I get a little more ambitious and things like that. But on a Tuesday night to be crossing the bridge, even for the great Aaron Lewis.
I know, and then traffic like leading to the. There's just no good way to get there. But man, let me tell you, as someone who went to 2 live shows in the span of 3 days,
There's something, yeah.
Yeah, live music's great.
There
It's
is something
invigorating.
to it. Maybe it would. Maybe.
You should think about
If I could get guaranteed that he'd come out solo and give me "Am I the only one?" then maybe I'll make the trip.
I'm sure get some political discourse from the guy.
Dude, well, he's going to be able to at least throw up a little bit of a dub because the United States and China agreed today to a 90-day truce in their raging trade war, with each agreeing for now to slash the reciprocal tariffs by more than 100 percentage points, bringing China's duty rate down to just 10%. This is what everybody's kind of been talking about with the stock market going up and down, mostly down. Under the agreement, the U.S. will drop its 145% tariff rate on most Chinese goods to 30%, while China will lower its rate to 10% from 125%. And the stock market has majorly responded today. I know that if you have been worried about your 401k and your investments, today probably made you feel a little bit better about it. Hopefully this is at least the partial end of that part of the talking points. And I would say a lot of people wondered if this was going to work. I don't know how big of a dub it is, but it's the biggest dub in this area that Trump has probably taken thus far, when I think even people that support him were kind of going, Is this going to work?
I feel a lot better than that fat billionaire probably feels today after Don ratted him out for the fat shots.
Dude, that is
that's some great audio.
Dude, I had that in front of me. I don't know if I sent it to myself. That is
Dude, I never want him to go through a speechwriter or to tell anybody else what he's going to say because like his stream of consciousness is just amazing.
Yeah, here it is.
This is so good.
He's just the gift that keeps on giving.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him.
Top guy.
A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug.
The fat shot drug.
And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy. Very successful, very rich.
You know he wanted so bad to say who it was.
Yeah, but he didn't.
It was taking his entire being to not be like, yeah, you know my guy.
I Googled fat neurotic billionaire and nobody came up.
No, how does it immediately not known who this guy is?
I don't know.
Like I feel like everybody would be
it's Harvey Weinstein.
Name dropping this guy. Insane. So yeah, enjoy it. Make some money. I know that my dad called me today, and he was waiting for this moment to happen. Obviously, as somebody who's heading into his retirement, the idea of the 401k is not doing so well becomes a little bit more real when you're in the early days of your retirement.
For sure.
Leaders with the city of Clearwater will discuss whether a piece of downtown land can be sold to the Church of Scientology. The proposal has received strong pushback from residents, dozens voicing opinions during a previous open house about the proposal. So from what I understand, they want to sell them a road.
Yeah,
it's the proposal would allow the church to take over Garden Avenue, which is currently a public street. The nearly $1.4 million purchase would allow the church to build a new theater, valet, and park towards Fort Harrison Avenue. If the proposal goes through, I do believe that it's got a large reward if they follow through with their deal. That coming from a councilman, and just seemingly totally different opinions on whether or not the city should be doing more to say to Scientology, you've got enough. You own pretty much the entire area. Let's try some other ventures. But when you've got that much money, it's such a do you think, and not that you would know off the top of your head, is there another city in the United States of America that has a religious entity that is so ingrained in, I'm thinking maybe like the Mormons or something in Utah, but just so ingrained to a city to the point to where all of the buildings are owned by them, and now we're talking about them owning roads even?
Yeah, and it's a double-edged sword because no one's going to downtown Clearwater anyway. Like, if people were going to downtown Clearwater and supporting those bars and restaurants and businesses and whatnot, that'd be one thing, but really the only thing there other than the beautiful Capitol Theater and the Bay Care Sound, the only thing there is Scientology.
You got to wonder, obviously the city's got their money. They pay for everything that they own, but what could be in Clearwater if it wasn't what it was? Like, would Clearwater be closer to a downtown St. Pete? Would it have a booming nightlife? Because I don't think that's what Scientology wants. Like, they don't want it to be this area that's full of bars and restaurants and people come to party. They kind of want to own it, and they want businesses that they are friendly to be in there, and that's about it.
Yeah, so, I mean, they bought a street, and now they're going to build a park and a theater and all that, and their footprint will continue to get larger in downtown Clearwater.
It's crazy.
It's an interesting vibe down there. It almost feels, you and I were talking off the air, it almost feels like you're in a city in a movie.
Yeah, it's like all of the buildings are so immaculate, and they're beautiful. I mean, they really are. But so many of those buildings, depending on when you're down there, I remember years ago, we did it's like my finest memory of downtown Clearwater. We did a traveling office.
Oh yeah, the murder mystery.
Yeah, it was an office murder mystery. So like we met with the guy who
Michael
sets it up.
The guy that's the main guy from The Office.
Michael Scott.
So he meets us in front of the Capitol Theater, and then we go to probably 10 different locations where they've got this whole story unfolding, and we walk all the way through downtown Clearwater, and it's all part of this murder mystery that involves all of the people from The Office.
What?
Yeah.
Whose idea was this?
It was a thing. I mean, it went on for months and months. It was done by the Capitol Theater. But as you walk around, you're just looking at these buildings that look like they're from a movie or something, and there's nothing going on in there.
You guys never been inside?
No. Have you been?
I haven't been inside. I know someone who has, they like show videos, and then you got to buy books.
Yeah,
that they have and stuff like that.
I think that's the entry level stuff, dude. So there's a guy who was recently on Rogan. He's a very old guy. Let me see if I can find his name real quick. But you know, an element we don't talk about with Scientology, because I don't know the finer points, but there is an alien element.
Sure,
like there is an alien element to it.
Oh yeah,
is that how we haven't come to that cross section of really talking about alien life and UFOs under the umbrella of Scientology? Like it doesn't, you know what I mean? With as much as we're seeing out there over the past however many years, and you're always got these people talking about disclosure and what we can learn about aliens and UFOs. I'm kind of surprised, and I guess this guy who was on Rogan, he used to be very high ranking in the Church of Scientology, and now he specifically delves into UFOs and the disclosure of information and things like that. And it just got me thinking, like, did they possibly know more than they're letting on when it comes to aliens?
Yeah, like what we call aliens and visitations, do they call God?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I really think, not to go too crazy out of nowhere, I think what people see in the sky is closer to spiritual than extraterrestrial. Like I think that the idea of other planets and people visiting us isn't as much that as it is what we think of angels and demons and things like that, specifically angels in the sky. If you go back and look at some of the earliest representations of angels and things like that, it looks more like a UFO than it does a sweet little being with wings.
Sounds like you're ready for your E-meter test.
Dude, I am. Hook me up, brother. I'm
ready to get clear.
I'm ready. Dude, Hogan was he was Scientology, and then he got out of it, right?
He did?
Yeah, I thought his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend might have been involved.
He definitely got out of it, because I know that he's now Christian, and he got baptized down at, I think, Reddington Shores or somewhere. They dipped him. They dipped that bald head right in the water down there.
And it's not that easy, from what I've heard, to get out of it unscathed. You know what I mean? Like, like if you try to get out.
Well, that's the whole story with Leah Remini. Is she? They weren't about you leaving. We touched on it last week, but now some of the finer points about how it's streaming and what's going on are starting to come out. Spotify, SoundCloud, and other platforms are working to remove a new song from Kanye that praises Adolf Hitler, but the song and its video continue to proliferate online, including across X, where it has racked up millions and millions of views. On various mainstream and alternative tech platforms, Ye, formerly known as Kanye, has been able to share his latest song titled Hail Hitler, along with its companion title, World War III, which similarly glorifies Hitler. If you didn't know, he's the architect of the Holocaust. While some platforms have taken steps to pull down the song, others letting it spread freely. As somebody who is closer to it in many different ways, do you think this song should not be able to exist on streaming platforms?
I think it's up to the streaming platforms. I'm not a big censorship fan, and I think if you create art that is confrontational, it's going to offend some people, but as detestable as I might find it, if there are people who want to listen to it and advertisers who want to ascribe their name to it, so be it. Yeah,
that's a good point. Reminds me of the Nathan For You stuff we were talking about, where he got kind of in hot water for the stuff he was doing with the Paramount stuff, and they took it off. But it is art. He's just trying to tell a message. He's not trying to glorify hateful speech or anything. It had nothing to do with that, but people do get sensitive over the matter. I like the fact that you think that, like, he should have a chance to just put that out there if he wants. Yeah. And if people want to gravitate to it, fine, but that's his choice. I think it shouldn't be up there, though.
Yeah, if I'm the head of Spotify,
I don't think so either. No. I really don't. And I'm not a fan of censorship, but I think we're witnessing this. We're in this weird time where it's just things flip so quickly, where it feels to me, at least, that something like this would have been, and I think to a certain extent it is, detestable across a large amount of people. but millions and millions of people are watching it. There's videos of people singing it. The big thing is now is they're doing AI versions of it. So like they have like an emo version and a country version and all of these other variations of it that I just feel, I don't know. It feels like something that it will be too late before we can appreciate the gravity of what's happening. Like if we're glorifying Hitler, especially to a younger generation, what does that look like, 30, 40, 50 years down the road for people that had, rather than having the things that we learned in the way that we thought, they came up learning or having this alternative view of Hitler coming from people like Kanye West, and they're like, yeah, maybe this guy wasn't so bad. What does that mean 50 years from now when those people are adults and making decisions in this society?
Man, you bring up a great point, because when I was raised, we were but 5-6 decades away from the Holocaust, so it was still kind of fresh. Our grandparents maybe were there, and like it was horrifying. Now these kids have a very casual image of Nazis and the Holocaust, and I don't think that's good for anybody.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I love this story. This woman, to me, a modern-day hero. She's making a sell to stop incels. A model says she's planning to have sex with as many virgin men as humanly possible to give them a great first experience and stop them from joining angry incel groups. Cami Strella, she makes $220,000 a month on OnlyFans, says she's been inspired to help inexperienced lovers after watching the Netflix crime drama Adolescence, which centers around the dangers of the incel community. I consider this a form of public service, she tells the local media. I want to help those who have never had sex before avoid going down a bad path. All the virgins will be aged 18 and over, with Strella looking to help men who struggle socially or lack confidence. People have a desperate need for connection, but we live in a world that offers instant gratification through things like dating apps without providing a deeper bond.
This woman is a vaginal hero.
There is something, like, I know that it's just a hot click story and the woman is claiming to do this, but what if there was not a service, or, well, I mean, there's hookers always, but just something that we looked at on a broader scale, because the rise of the incel is absolutely a thing. There are more women-hating young people who think that they don't need a woman in their life at all based on experiences they've had than ever before. So it's like, what can you really do to kind of stop that spread of that way of thinking? How about a really hot chick out there just banging young men and showing you there's another way?
But is that going to do more long-term damage when they bang her, but then realize it was just a transactional bang and they can't bang any other girls?
I would think you would hope, if we're talking about a true incel or somebody who could have been a true incel, they would have never experienced the touch of a woman. Like, they would have never even known what that feels like. Maybe they've got their realistic sex robot and all of the porn they could ever need, and they think, what do I need a woman for? And then you experience what a real professional woman is really like, and you go, okay, I gotta leave this life behind. I gotta get out there and start doing the real thing.
You remember the first time you
yes.
not right.
Yeah.
No,
Probably fast and aggressively.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
No one teaches you how to do it gently.
No, those poor girls pretend they're liking it at first.
Well, they might not know any better either, depending on
That's
who
a good
you are,
point,
where they
too.
are. They're just like, okay, I guess if this is what it's all about. So Diz texted me on Friday to watch this movie, and there's a tie-in to this kind of. There's a movie called Companion. Have you seen it out there yet?
I've not.
Is it? I don't remember what it was on. Do you? Was it Peacock? Maybe
Peacock. I think
Either way, it's a brand new movie. It's one of the hot new streaming movies, and it's essentially about an AI companion that is very realistic and human-like. And I wonder, would that almost be better than, like, let's just say that these people were walking amongst us. Like, this is, in the movie at least, you wouldn't, if you saw this thing out and about, you wouldn't know that it was a robot.
Right.
So it is there for emotional and physical connection. Would that be a better widespread, result than men just never trying?
Yeah, I think if you have something or someone there to whom you can unburden yourself of the things inside you, that's going to be good, right?
I think so. Hopefully, by the way, you got to watch this movie.
Okay,
It's
Companion.
It's pretty. It's pretty damn good.
All right.
I would call it horror-ish, maybe.
It's like a horror comedy, and
Yeah,
it's like a suspense thriller comedy.
It's fun.
I
I made it through it, so that's
All right.
my barometer
Yeah.
for success is if I
Yeah.
make it through it. This girl, by the way, a former neuroscience major, says many young men simply want to be seen and validated. And for those who might want to raise their eyebrows about fellas forking out cash, she says there will be no money exchanged hands. She's doing it for the love of the game.
Wow.
If I can give someone a safe, judgment-free space to explore, I'd love to do that.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe she could be changing America one incel at a time.
Man, do you think incels were a thing when you were growing up?
No.
They were not when I was.
I mean, I think there were probably some form of man out there who just kind of women hated. What was there like a group of people?
The women hating club?
Yeah, whatever it is that I think have kind of had that. Now, I think it's so much easier to fall into that role where you can, if you've got your video games and you've got your porn and you've listened to the right podcast, you can be fully indoctrinated. And I think it's just there's way more things that can get you to that place than ever before. Because if you're an incel in the 70s or the 80s, like what does that mean? You go and get your VHS tapes and hope for the best. Right. It's all you really can. That's why you got to come up with the tent parties. Like,
oh yeah,
dude, not many
get it out.
Not many incels being formed at the tent parties.
No, man, you got to get the poison out of you.
If I may say so myself.
You may.
I touched on Companion, which Diz told me to watch. Did you make any more ground on 4 seasons?
I'm 4 episodes in.
What do you think?
I like it,
dude. The reviews to me are almost a little too good because I just thought the first 2 episodes set us up for something that was going to be, much different and maybe much better. But it's pretty interesting the way they go like season by season. And this will be the show, I think, that makes me have a proper appreciation for Steve Carell.
He's good. The morning show did that for me.
Yeah.
It's a remake of an Alan Alda movie from the 1980s called 4 Seasons. And I think I saw that movie, so I think in my mind I've seen some of this.
Some of it.
But it's like a more woke version, if you will.
Well, I'm not saying anything, but when you get to the last season, it all gets flipped on its head. Like you're not. I don't know what happened. Does something happen in the original that you recall?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so just don't. Just maybe don't remember.
Okay.
I am happy that you guys got me into Nathan For You, though. I was telling John, me and Nicole binged it.
You've done more than Drew has now, probably. At
Yeah,
this
you
point.
have. You've definitely ahead of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just don't watch The Curse because it might turn you around on him. I'm still having a hard time forgiving him.
I could see that because the rehearsal, nothing like Nathan For You.
Right.
I mean, he's doing projects, but Nathan For You is just so damn funny.
Yeah, that was good.
As I was watching it, I was like, sometimes his concepts, they have a good jumping off point. You're like, that makes sense. And obviously the joke's the execution.
And he takes it to the next level.
So far.
Every single time.
Isn't there a video game one or something where he like crawls inside the video game on Nathan For You? Am I remembering that correctly? No.
I think it's later.
Oh,
I think
okay,
it's in
yeah,
one
I
of the.
haven't got there
I think
yet.
it's in one of the later
All right.
seasons.
I probably watch a bunch of them then.
I think I saw Colbert report that, John Oliver. John Oliver is now sharing a studio with Nathan For You, wherever they're doing the rehearsal.
Yeah.
He's sharing a studio
Oh,
with them.
really?
So he was posting about the fact that he was weirded out by it. He was afraid that he was going to become a part of the show or something because they were in there. Did you see any of the clips of Goggins hosting SNL?
I watched it.
Oh, you did?
We got home at 11:25 on Saturday night, and I watched.
Are you going to tell me you didn't like it?
You look disappointed.
That show has become a steaming pile of dung.
Yeah.
They wasted the talents of one Walton Goggins.
Dude.
It was terrible.
I laughed.
Which sketch?
Dude, I thought first
The one with the moms?
The one with the moms.
That was relatively
The one with the moms. I'll tell you, it went on way too long, but also it made me laugh so hard. It was just so stupid that it was funny. I can already tell you're going to hate it, but before I say this, the stupid song and the one with the zoo and the lost baby shoe, and he had the little baby foot.
You thought that was funny.
Dude, it was so stupid.
Yes, it was.
It was so stupid. I will tell you, it went on from the second that it was unveiled that he had a little baby foot. That's almost when it stopped being funny.
I thought they took a very talented actor and wasted it but that show is so goddamn bad.
What did you think about the opening monologue with his mom?
Terrible.
Yeah, see, Danielle was like kind of welling up a little bit, and the reporting on that today was Walton Goggins is the most beloved man in Hollywood, and what he did for his mom. I thought it was a little
cheesy,
like self-indulgent maybe or something.
Why?
Well, he brings out he just at the end of his monologue, it was Mother's Day weekend, and he goes, I love my mom, and he gave kind of this like rousing speech about his mom, and she said she taught me how to dance. So then he brings his mom up, and he dances with his mom. Yeah.
And then he starts clogging. Like they do a little slow dance, and he's like, no, hold on. And then they both start clogging.
I will say, I didn't see it all. I saw the beginning. I feel like I'm forgetting a sketch that I thought was funny.
Same.
And then I did see the end, which was far less funny. Were they in a you want to know what was funny? The one with the founding fathers and the gun?
The Constitution where they're writing the Second Amendment?
That was funny.
When was the last time you found it funny? Like what year era?
Probably Eddie Murphy era. No, I like the Lonely Island stuff. Like there were episodes like back then. I thought the writing was terrible. The characters were awful. Arcade Fire was really good. I didn't even know I liked them.
I didn't see.
They're good.
I didn't see any of them. And it really is though. As a whole, the host can't save it.
No,
like there have been people that I've tuned in just to watch.
Yeah.
And they can't save the show.
Even like when Shane was on.
I think Shane Gillis had a couple great sketches that were probably funnier than a lot of things, but you can't save the show. Like it's so. And why they still make the decision to go as political as they do in such a one-sided way is bizarre to me. Like just based on I'm not saying go alt-right or feed into those people's opinions, but just know that a lot of people that are watching your network and watching TV don't think that's funny. Like they're just not into that kind of humor, and it's always just one-sided. And I felt like during the Biden days, they were starting to dip their toe in poking fair fun at both sides, but I fast forwarded through the.
Well, that's what kind of ruined it for me is when they just got super like we're woke. Like, look, we got a gay Asian guy. He's not funny, but he's here.
Oh,
like why?
Sucks.
He's my favorite.
No, he's the worst. The dude who does Trump does a very good.
He
Trump.
does.
The voice is awesome. The material is garbage, but the voice he does and the inflections amazing.
He does pretty good.
And I heard they basically get paid like radio wages. Like they don't get paid.
They should not get paid a lot of money.
You would think, and I don't know what the ratings are, but to me, they've been so primed for a complete reboot. Like, I think that would be a great opportunity to get new eyes on it. And there's so many people out there in comedy that I think you could get some shocking people. You'd have to pay them that people are excited to see from the comedy world and go, this is a new look, new age for Saturday Night Live. And they choose to just stick to doing the same damn thing.
Do you think that, because I heard Lorne Michaels is going to step away and I heard Tina Fey would step in. I think she could turn it around a lot.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know enough about her, but I think anything. I think at this point you should be trying something new.
The only cast member I know is that lady who's on Shrinking, the blonde lady, kind of attractive. She was one of the moms.
Oh,
in that
dude,
sketch.
she's great. It just feels like they overuse her.
Yeah.
She's in every damn sketch.
Yeah. Other than her, I don't know anybody. That the lady who looks kind of like I don't want to say a lesbian, but
Which one?
The brown-haired lady who was in the tiny foot sketch.
Yes. I did really, really like the horny mom one though.
That was
when he took the ice and started. I felt like so many lines from that were right up your alley.
They
when
were.
He goes, just because your mama baked you doesn't mean that nobody wants to look at the oven.
That was funny.
You were in your mama's womb for 8 months.
I'm just trying to
get into for a
15
minute.
minutes.
That's his. I didn't think he's great. I didn't think he was great. He stumbled over a lot of his, which can be fun sometimes.
And he was looking at the cue cards a lot, which was very interesting. You'd think an accomplished, polished actor like that would be ready to go, but
yeah, he wasn't. Good times.
Goggins.
Let's step aside for a moment. When we come back, I got a couple other things I want to fire up. I'm sure you've seen this story about a DoorDash driver who ended up at the wrong house. He's lost. He's looking for help. He just needs a friendly face. But it's America, so if you can get two guesses, I bet you can guess what he actually got. And we'll tell you next with the back half of John's Joints. We love telling you about Win Derby at Derby Lane. This spot right here on Gandy is an institution. They've been filming major blockbuster films there for decades. People have been making memories with their friends and family for a long, long time. And you can get in there. It's like stepping back into the good old days of table games. Some $5 minimums at the tables, free cocktails while you're playing. They're going to even bring you by some appetizers to snack on every couple hours.
So roomy, plenty of parking, and those table games are real easy to figure out. From Pie Gow to Texas Hold'em, simple games. But if you need a little refresher, just glance up at the mural they got on the wall, and it'll tell you that a 4 of a kind beats a 3 of a kind.
They're giving away $10,000 to $100,000 every single day. Ultimate Texas Hold'em is their most popular game, but if you're looking for something a little different, try out the Pie Gow. Try the War, just like the one you used to play with your mom and dad in elementary school. You can win money doing it, whether it's a guy's night out, a girl's night out, or you want to bring some family out for a fun night. Maybe they're visiting from out of town. Always plenty of parking. You're never going to have to worry about that. There's tournaments going on all the time as well. For the information you're going to need, it's win-derby.com. That's win-derby.com.
Right in front of you, see the canyons broken by clouds.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. The Bone Bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Listen to The Bone for your chance to win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 5 p.m. every weekday. Want to make an omelet, but eggs are still way too expensive? The Bone has your back. It's the Bone Bonus, hooking you up with cash every single weekday. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. The Bone Bonus is back. 102.5 The Bone, real, raw radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, folks can expect delays from an accident along Bryan Dairy Road at 66th Street. Delays continue over in eastern Hillsborough from a crash eastbound along I-4 at the Paul Buttman Highway. That's been blocking the right lane of the on-ramp and causing delays back to the Donacessa Road. There's also accident activity westbound along Lithia Pinecrest Road just past Bloomingdale. This is Jim with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
The Food and Wine Festival and Concert Series is back at Busch Gardens now through May 18th with over 85 different culinary delights to sip and savor, plus free concerts like Hoobastank this Friday. Save on tickets, fun cards, at buschgardenstampa.com.
John Senning here for Furman Ford, Clearwater's big Ford store. From social media to the evening news, everyone is talking about the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event. If you've been waiting, trying to figure out that perfect time to buy a new truck or SUV, guess what? The time is now during the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event. What does that mean for you, you might ask? You pay exactly what a Ford employee pays across a full line of trucks and SUVs. This is an unprecedented opportunity that's going to give you massive savings on some of America's best-selling vehicles. You need to go see Bob Murray and my friends at Furman Ford today. They've got that beautiful brand new showroom on US 19 in Clearwater, and you can always check them out online at FurmanFord.com. Furman Ford, from America, for America, and make sure you let them know that John Senning sent you.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart. And we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at floridaheartexperts.com.
Jersey College is a nursing school where faculty know how to give you the resources and support you need with encouragement and real connection.
Hi, my name is Ebony and I'm a graduate of Jersey College. I felt like Jersey College truly cared about me. This experience was a life changer for me. It's a great feeling. You have to try. Don't doubt yourself. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Classes are enrolling now at our campuses in Tampa, Largo, Brooksville, Naples, and Port Charlotte. Apply now at jerseycollege.edu.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Looking for expert construction services in Tampa Bay? Waterman Construction Group is your go-to for commercial and residential projects. From demolition to new HVAC, patios, pavers, and driveways, they've got you covered. Whether it's a new build, a remodel, or storm repair, Waterman Construction handles your project from start to finish with personalized service, honest pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. Visit watermanconstructiongroup.com or give them a call at 813-715-7383. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Call them today and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, we're the home run hitters you need. Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
When it really matters, choose Farrah and Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com. I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Much needed rain comes to an end in every spot tonight. Otherwise, partly cloudy in the mid-70s. Mix of sun and clouds on Tuesday. Maybe a passing shower, but most areas dry with highs in the mid-80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
Talking about the Zach Bryan beef, so I had to fire him up a little bit.
Thank you.
Love sick, homesick, sick of the wrong taste.
Team John Moreland.
Might not be the best of dudes. I don't know. I separate the art from the artist. If I can bump Diddy, I got to be able to bump ZB.
That guys talked about Michael Jackson earlier.
Yeah.
You got it.
At least that is. Like, at least if you're a Michael Jackson lover, you still can say things that give yourself an argument. Like, you never got in trouble.
No,
that's what people would say.
Right, and he's still using his music in mainstream thing. Like, there'll still be a Michael Jackson production at places, so never proven guilty.
I teased it. It really is just the most American thing. You shoot first, ask questions later. Shocking footage has been released of a New York highway superintendent allegedly opening fire on a lost food delivery driver, striking the man in his back as he attempted to drive away after becoming lost and asking for directions. This guy is John J. Riley III. He's an elected official of the town of Chester and a federally licensed firearms dealer. He's at the center of a criminal investigation into what law enforcement and town officials are calling an appalling senseless act of violence. A young man who had been doing his best to deliver food for DoorDash in a town he barely knew when he pulled into a rural driveway to ask for help. Minutes later, he was bleeding from his wounds after being shot as he was attempting to drive out of this guy's driveway. 9:50 on Friday, May 2nd. This 24-year-old driver who had recently moved to the area found himself lost in the dark on winding back roads. This place is roughly 60 miles out north of New York City. His phone dies. He's got no GPS. He doesn't know how to get home. So he decides to go knock on a door of a nearby house to ask for help. According to the New York State Police, the driver eventually reached John J. Riley's home. What happened next was captured on doorbell camera footage and is part
of the investigation. Riley came to the door immediately armed and screaming at this guy. So the delivery worker turned and complied and starts running back to his Toyota Corolla as quickly as he could. At that point, the guy is this is all on video. He fires off a warning shot into the sky, just yelling, "Go, go," before he points the gun at the car that's leaving and fires off at least 2 more rounds, which tore through the victim's car and into the man's body. He just started shooting him. Incredibly, the wounded man managed to drive himself home, where he collapsed and was later rushed to a medical center. He underwent emergency surgery and is now expected to require a second operation, but he is going to make it.
Good for him finding his way out, though. All he needed was some motivation.
Well
Who would have thought? Yeah.
He, I guess I read that he knocked on a couple of doors to try to get them to get him medical help, and no one would answer and no one would help him.
I mean, first of all, there are plenty of people in the city that will shoot you just like this.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you find yourself in a rural area where door knockers are not really a thing that are around or should happen, I'm not saying that there's a good chance you could get shot, but there's a good chance you could get shot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's happened. We have so many stories now, and even if the ones that we hear about are the only ones that existed, which they're not, it's enough reason. Remember, there was the one up in Kansas City where the kid... He was supposed to be picking up his younger brother from his friend's house, went to the wrong house, and the dude through the door just started shooting.
Oh, yeah, he was like an older guy.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, and this guy being a federal firearms dealer, like, you got to know that what you're doing is not only unsafe but illegal. You don't get to give a warning shot and then shoot the dude in the back.
Yeah.
Let him go.
I mean, it's...
He was fleeing.
Yeah.
He wasn't fleeing. He was fleeing,
He was
but
absolutely
he was fleeing for the reason that you intimidated him with a gun. The poor guy was just looking for directions.
Got a shoulder holster on as he exits his house.
And the thing is, and I think everybody needs to realize this, specifically when you're out in traffic, when you get into any trouble anywhere, things that you don't think would cause someone to shoot you absolutely are. A phenomenon in the year 2025 is there's a lot of people walking around with guns who want to kill someone. Like they may not be a murderer. They may not be a murderer in the typical sense where they're going to go out and just kill in cold blood, but they have wet dreams about, I wish a mother effer would. And as soon as their demented mind thinks you've done something that is wrong, they're going to shoot you. And it's probably more people than we would like to think about. And this guy, firearms dealer, has probably been waiting his whole life for a moment that he thought he would have a clean shoot on somebody, and it just turns out his clean shoot wasn't very clean at all.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the parking lot shooting with the dad.
Yeah.
Where he pushed the guy and the guy just shot him.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, people are just waiting for that opportunity. They're waking up and going, today might be the day I get to use this on a human, which is so insane to me.
This guy, I guarantee you, has been sitting at his home with his shoulder holster on for the last 300 nights, just waiting for an opportunity for someone to FAFO.
Yeah.
And he got his chance and shot an unarmed, fleeing Uber Eats driver.
Who was already who was probably already freaking out.
Yeah.
You know, he's lost in the middle of nowhere in the dark, and I did order food last night, by the way.
What'd you get?
What would have been my first time? It was my first. Since the last time I told you guys, since the pizza debacle where they brought the wrong order, this was the first time that I'd gotten anything. So
What'd
it
you
had
get?
been a while. I was driving all day. Dude, I am so high on this place right now. Not high.
Green
like-
Dragon?
No, not
Green
high.
Pagoda?
Oh, by the way,
Oh?
I did want to say, I went to let me make sure that, to an AYR, Air dispensary over the weekend.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Made me feel like I had been sleeping on this place for so damn long.
Where are they?
The one here,
Air?
Air, in the Air. I'm not sure where there is one definitely in Tampa, and I know there's one right over on 19, like in Pinellas Park area.
All right,
dude. This is a bold statement. Be prepared for it.
I'm ready.
The greatest pre-roll I've ever received from a dispensary in my life.
There's one in Kennedy in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's high
dude,
praise.
Insane deals, like the little throw like disposable vapes, $10.
$10.
They were $10 the other day. It was, I got to tell you, I got some flour, I got some vapes, I got some pre-roll, and this thing was like I know what you're going to say when I say this, but I don't mean it like this. It was like a cigarette.
Oh.
It was, no, it was just so perfect.
Cigarettes.
No. This pre-roll was so perfect, it was like a cigarette.
Okay.
Like in the perfect form that it had.
I was one in Clearwater, too.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I've been sleeping on them. Get your card, marijuanadoctor.com, Bo 20.
Speaking of coffin nails, Diz and I both need to know what happened Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, you went out with your wife, your beautiful wife, got some beverages. How many heaters you burn, John?
I'm saying 3.
I don't want to say.
I say he burned.
A pack?
Let's see. Put the over-under at 3.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to go under.
No heaters. No heaters.
What?
No heaters. No heaters.
Over the weekend?
Over the weekend. None at all.
None.
No, I mean, it's not, no. I'm
You're
not.
a smoking guy now. So
I'm
Yeah,
not.
you're Johnny
I'm
Smokes.
I'm not smoking. Now, if I would have ended up in an establishment, which I will tell you, I may have wanted to smoke more than it seemed because we were just trying to figure out what to do. And my idea was to go, we were just talking about it, I think off the air, to go to the Flamingo, which is like the oldest bar in St. Pete and very, very smoky. And if we would have ended up in there, we were going to then put in an order for sushi next door, grab the sushi, go home.
Yeah.
And she was like, I do not want to go there. So I don't know if it was because she knew I was going to smoke, but we ended up at Kahuna's.
Okay. Yeah. You know where I ended up last night was the sushi place that you used to you recommended to me when you lived over in the town and country.
Oh yeah, origami.
Well, it was origami.
Yeah, that's great.
But now it's kelp, and it's
Is it still
phenomenal. Oh my god, dude, it's even better. It is so damn good.
New ownership or something?
It's got to be. It's great.
Origami is the thing. I never knew they changed their name and everything.
I think a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's really good.
That was the closest we've ever lived to a really good sushi place. Like now, I feel like I'm always wondering where we need to get sushi and where to get it. There, it was just there, and there was no other options.
Is that TC? That's TC area.
Oh yeah, it's TC.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's my hood.
Waters, yo.
Citrus Park, man. Citrus Park
not
for life.
Citrus Park.
Yeah, well, I was down further. I was closer to Lion Boss Citrus Park.
He
man.
was close.
Citrus Park.
Still
CP,
down.
what's
Still
up, Citrus Park?
Down in Compton.
I think that's going to do it. Thank you
all
very
right.
much. Do not go anywhere. Drew Garabo Live is coming up next. We'll be back live at 1 o'clock. Ooh, with a little Jesus. We'll be back live at 1 o'clock tomorrow with another sending show. Mo DeWitt, legal briefs will be tomorrow, not Thursday. So he'll be in the house. I will say, you want a long 24-hour tease?
Yes.
Not quite 24 hours. I had to call Mo on Saturday because of something that happened with legal ramifications to me, to my family at least, on Saturday.
Juicy.
Then I'll bring it up to him tomorrow when he gets in here.
Man, I can't wait.
Thank you. Before we get out of here, we'd love to tell you about our good, dear friend, Jeff Borum.
Jeff Borum might have a buyer for your home, and you haven't even listed it yet. That is how plugged in he is to the Tampa Bay real estate community.
A lot of different scenarios can cause you to have to move, and maybe you don't have a go-to real estate agent. Well, that's time to rethink that because Phil and Nanetta, I love talking about them because they've been rolling with Team Borum for years. They've upsized and downsized their home based on the changes that happened in their family, and every time they need to buy or sell, they call Jeff and Team Borum. The man knows the area. He's the one to trust. If you're moving, if you're buying, if you're selling, call Team Borum.
Team Borum, powered by eXp Realty. With Jeff, you've got options. He can buy your home, sell your home, or rent your home, and there's no risk. He'll let you out of the contract at any time, even if your name isn't Phil or Nanetta. Google him right now, and you can be packing tonight. BORHAM, Team Borum.
His wheels running down the interstate. Lord, I'll wait.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Let's have some summer fun in the summer sun, Bone fam. It's the Neutral Summer of Music, presented by Neutral. Win tickets to some of the summer's biggest shows, like Thomas Rhett, Katy Perry, Jason Aldean, and more. Plus, score Neutral summer gear, including hats and coolers. Scan the QR code at participating Florida Circle K's, Miller's Ale House, or at the Blind Goat in Tampa to enter. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Visit theboneonline.com for more details. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, folks can expect delays from an accident along Bryant Dairy Road at 66th Street. Delays continue over in eastern Hillsborough from a crash eastbound along I-4 at the Paul Buttman Highway. That's been blocking the right lane of the on-ramp and causing delays back to the Donacessa Road. There's also accident activity westbound along Lithia Pinecrest Road just past Bloomingdale. This is Jim with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country. See dealer for complete details.
Fence Outlet has helped our customers keep children and pets safe with quality fences for over 30 years. Now is the time to install your Fence Outlet fence. Visit fenceoutlet.com today to set up your free estimate and discover our wide selection of fencing options. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
John Setting here for Reese Windows. Hurricane season's just around the corner, and don't wait to upgrade your home with Hurricane Impact Windows. Reese Windows has been installing quality windows for over 50 years. They're affordable, energy efficient, and come with a double lifetime warranty. That means if you sell your home, the warranty transfers to the new owner, increasing your home's value. Plus, Reese installs most windows in just 6 to 8 weeks. Are you ready for a free quote? Well, text TRUST to 20129 for your chance to win $15,000 in free windows. Protect your home with Reese Windows now.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket. Day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Mobile service is here at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you at your home or office. That means you can save even more time and money with your next service experience with no more wait times. We'll come at your convenience to your home or office. Then we'll perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. See just how easy and convenient it can be for yourself. Schedule a mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country.
See dealer for complete details.
It's starting to get warm, and you know what that means. Time to turn on your air conditioner. And trust me, you want to make certain that your HVAC system is working properly before the real heat gets here. But if you need a new system, Climate Design has rebates now through the month of May. So if you've been thinking about switching out your unreliable HVAC system with the new one, Climate Design Home Services has you covered. Earn up to $1,300 off brand new Train systems, and Climate Design will match it with up to $2,600. That price cannot be beat in this Florida heat, folks. Give Climate Design Home Services a call today and ask to speak to a comfort specialist. Having peace of mind, knowing your AC is in working order before you need it, that is reinsurance that you can feel good about. Go to climatedesign.com. That's climatedesign.com, or give them a call, 727-295-1572.
Memorial Day savings all month long at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with zero down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 24-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
Mike Kelter for Lifeguard Imaging. If you've been on the fence about getting scanned, listen up, because this is the biggest offer Lifeguard has ever made for Bone listeners. Now through May 31st, when you sign up for their legacy program, you can get a second membership for your spouse, a friend, or someone you care about for 50% off. So what's Lifeguard Imaging's legacy program? Great question. It's the ultimate preventative care plan that sets you up for annual scans year after year, so you can catch changes in your body often before symptoms even show up. Just like women get mammograms every year, this is your way to monitor your whole body for cancer, heart disease, and more. Remember, friends, early detection saves lives. And here's a scary fact. In 30% of heart attacks, the first symptom, death. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy, low-dose CT scans to detect heart disease and hundreds of forms of cancer early when they're most treatable. If something's wrong, you'll know, and you can act fast. This offer is huge, but it's only good through May 31st. So sign up for Lifeguard Legacy Program and get one for your spouse or friend for 50% off. Go to lifeguardimaging.com today. It could save your life or the life of someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do, but with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
My name is Drew. Pronounced with the who.
It's In Your Face with Drew Garabo.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Listen here. Since your old man ain't got no heart, maybe you'd like to see a real man. I bet you stay up late every night dreaming you had a real man, don't you?